Hey, it's Payne with Role Playing Public Radio. We're here at Gen Con 2019 playing Delta Green, run by Adam Scott Glancy. This is Operation Black Bag Job.
Well, I don't know if that's exactly the name of the operation, but it is certainly the name of the scenario.
Yeah.
The year is 1970. It is the spring of 1970. And since this is only going to take one night out of your lives, I'm sure I don't have to give a date. You are at the tail end of an operation. Because I can't run the scenario in a 3-hour session, I thought we'd just fast forward to this part of the scenario. See, this is a heist scenario. And all heist movies are sort of divided into the part where you get your team together, and then you have to get the specialized equipment to do the job, and there's all this like smaller heists that usually take place so you can get the liquid nitrogen and the helicopter and the team of midgets or whatever it is that you need to get, right? And assemble your team, and then you have the heist. I learned an interesting lesson watching Black Summer on Netflix, which, if anyone has not seen it, it was a sort of zombie apocalypse miniseries on Netflix that did a couple of things really well. Number one, it took all the hero fantasy out of the zombie apocalypse. It was just awful. No one is as smart as they should be. No one is as skilled as they should be, which is what people are. And it was a nice, rough zombie apocalypse. But one of the things they do is they have a heist episode where they have to steal a bunch of guns because they don't have any, and that would be good to have guns during a zombie apocalypse. Well, the heist episode, rather than sit down and have you detail what the plan is, and explain who's going to do what, they just showed you the heist in operation. Just, everyone's doing their job in different parts. This person goes into this illegal club and they make sure to jimmy the door in the back so it's open so the other team can come in and do this. And you just see the heist unfold, right? They also did it where the heist doesn't unfold in real time so that things go sideways during it and you don't really know why suddenly the place is full of zombies and what's happening until the very end. It sort of wraps around itself to finally reveal, oh, that's why everything went in the shitter. And it was a really effective way of doing it. Well, again, the advice is always in meta raise your players when you possibly can. So we're just going to drop you into the part of the heist where, people allegedly smarter than you have figured out, how they're going to do this heist. It's, as I said, the spring of 1970. And the heist is you're going to rob Delta Green. The reason you're going to rob Delta Green is because Delta Green is being disbanded. Apparently there was some operation in Cambodia called Operation Obsidian that went extremely sideways. We got 300 dead American servicemen. Granted, they were all sprung from the criminal stockade, the Long Bin Jail, otherwise known as LBJ stockade, and were dumped into Cambodia by clearly deranged Marine colonel who apparently had some connection to Delta Green. So once that particular autopsy was sorted out by the DoD, all your funding has gone away. You've stopped being an official agency. Everyone's been sent back to work for whatever original agency they were sheep-dipped from before they went to work for Delta Green. And part of the process of taking Delta Green apart is that all of their files are going to be disposed of. They're going to be incinerated. So they've been taken and put on a warehouse in the Washington Naval Yard grounds. It's guarded by U.S. Marines. It's on a Navy facility that you no longer have access to, surrounded by armed gunmen. Plus, it's a security building, and that all makes it rather difficult to get your files back, unless, of course, you cheat the laws of physics. The first part of the scenario is about acquiring the materials and the knowledge to create a dimensional door into the middle of the warehouse. Now, Delta Green doesn't know much about dimensional doors. But they do know a couple of things. And one of them is they're not great for you. Moving as a three-dimensional object through fourth, fifth, or whatever dimensional space has proven to be detrimental to human beings in the past. It has caused certain stress shocks that has led to cases of PTSD. It is not the sort of thing that they do lightly. And up until this moment, Delta Green's sort of history with dimensional gates has been all about basically finding gates that were already open and either going through them accidentally or trying to close them. This is going to be Delta Green opening a gate for the first time. So that'll be cool, right?
Yeah.
We're pioneers.
Yes. Yes.
I'm excited about this plan. I'm excited to be a part of it.
You're on the cutting edge.
We will go down in history.
One might even say bleeding edge.
See, you read the chart.
The bleeding edge.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's see here. Pop this open.
Bleeding from our eyes edge.
There may be some bleeding.
Maybe the pulping edge.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice. All right.
Broad ledge. Yeah.
So, the launch point for this operation is, a nice, boring warehouse somewhere in Maryland. There's nothing special about it in any way, shape, or form. It is just a place that you can have these big roll-up doors and drive these hefty 2.5-ton trucks into, and bringing in all of the people that are going to be required for this operation. It's going to basically work like this, if it works at all. The plan is that there is a specialist who has been brought in who is going to arrange for what they've referred to as a hypergeometrical transit point. The trick is not so much opening it as it is aiming it. Now, let's see here. One of the things that was going to be part of this scenario would be to find, part of it was going to be tracking down and finding a hypergeometrical ritual that would allow you to see what's on the other side of the gate. Very handy thing to have before you leap through a gate, is knowing what's on the other side. Particularly when they're trying to use this gate to open into another point in time and space. A specific point as opposed to any point anywhere in time or space. That would be easy if you just wanted to just roll the dice. As it is, this is going to require, this part of the scenario is not something you're going to play. However, that shouldn't stop us from letting it hurt you. Who wants to make a luck roll to determine whether or not that particular ritual was recovered by Delta Green?
Wait, is this going to be like...
You spoke first.
Touche.
Thank you for jumping on that grenade, Ross.
You need to roll below 50.
Okay.
50 or below.
41.
Hooray!
All right.
That's what we got.
That's fantastic.
Ice King and Yellow Dice worked.
All right, the King of Yellow Die came through. Apparently, they really want you to go through this gate. All right. So that's one of the elements that would have to have been discovered. So, anyways, let's see here. All right, so basically what's going to happen here, this is how the plan is supposed to work out. You're going to see what's on the other side of the gate. Hopefully not taking any sand loss in the process, presuming you look at the right thing. So your specialist targets the right place. Then what's going to happen is, with that window open in the gate, There's going to be a little brief reconnoiter to make sure there's nobody walking around on the other side of the gate. And then the security detail is going to go through. That's you guys. Your job is to ride shotgun while a bunch of other people do some very, very nasty work. Okay. A bunch of Delta Green people have been brought together. People who are members of Delta Green but are maybe non-combatants. Their job is going to be to go to the right place in the warehouse and with cargo dollies and just start sticking cargo dollies under filing cabinets that have been stuck in a certain section of the warehouse and wheeling them back through the gate. You guys, the intention is to go through once on the way in and once on the way back. That's why you guys have all the guns. The guys who are going to go back and forth through the gate more than once don't have guns.
That's good.
For obvious reasons. There's only so much damage they can do to you with a cargo dolly and a filing cabinet. One hopes.
This is when you find out the gate gives you super strength.
That would
The
never
goriest OSHA instructional film ever. What can a dark cargo dolly do to you?
It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Basically, it's going to be fine. So, let us begin. Let's see here. What you're facing, there's the 6 of you. Mm-hmm. There's another 6-man team on the other side of the gate. That is to say, the side of the warehouse. You got your one specialist. Almost nobody knows you. If anybody knows each other, it's because, in fact, I think one of you guys actually has a bond that is someone else on the team.
Yeah, so let's choose a teammate.
All right, choose which teammate you will freak out the most over if they're murderized right in front of you.
Maddy, what's your character?
I am playing Mark Bridges from the Navy.
Okay.
Male 44.
Yep.
All right, this is going to go great. Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves to this security team. There's going to be another security team of NPCs on the other side of the gate guarding that end, and there's going to be a grand total of 12 people who have volunteered to go through the gate more than twice, a minimum of 4 times, in order to move this stuff out. Yeah. The reason that there's this many people is because there's intelligence that Delta Green has acquired, another part of the scenario, on how much material there is, and some decisions have been made about what's going to be brought out and what's not. I will point out that there are apparently a large number of artifacts inside the building that are not going to be brought out. And here's another thing. As part of this process, the guys wheeling the filing cabinets in and out will be coming in with a filing cabinet loaded up with false documents. Once they are put in, they're going to be put in place after the real documents have been moved out. And then one of you is a demolitions expert and will be blowing the entire building up.
Probably me, I have 70% in that.
Yeah. If you look at your equipment on the second page, and I should point out that these are 2-page character sheets. Skills and stats on the front, gear on the back. You probably have some C4, some thermite, or yes. The plan is to burn up the fake files so that any flaws that were in the fake documents will hopefully be erased by setting them on fire.
But there'll be enough left to think, oh, these are the real documents.
Yeah, there'll be enough piles of ash and burnt microfiche and burnt microfilm to make a difference, or at least look like everything died here. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as you have been told, the only thing worse than these files falling into being burned up in the incinerator like they're supposed to is if they fall into the wrong hands. They go off to some incinerator, let's say at the Nellis Air Force Test Range, for instance, and fall into Delta Green's erstwhile partners in the 1960s, this majestic organization, which at least during the 1960s and 1950s is sort of working alongside Delta Green, but there's certainly a lot of competition for resources, but not open hostility. Other possible groups that might be interested is who knows what problems out there in the world. I mean, we're pretty sure we blew up all the Nazis in South at the South Pole, so that's not going to be a problem ever again. That's all done with. But there's any number of other groups who might be interested in this stuff. And it is your job to make sure that no matter what, this building burns down. Whether we've gotten all the files out or any of the files out, this building has to burn down. All right? Other things that absolutely have to happen. Under no circumstances can a body from any teammate be left behind in this building, live or dead. That is the thing you're supposed to risk your ass to make sure it does not happen. Nobody who's connected with Delta Green can be found in the wreckage of this building. Now, it might be possible to, just play it off as, they tried to set off the bomb and burn the place down, they blew themselves up and whatever, But rather than even get to that point of having to come up with a cover story, we'd like to start where we don't have to have a cover story. That's basically the mission in whole. You guys are supposed to secure the inside of the warehouse, make sure that there's nobody in here, and then keep the perimeter secure while the other people do their job. Does that all make sense? Mm-hmm. All right. Smooth, like clockwork, by the numbers. So, let's introduce the characters whose names we'll be getting to know. I'm sure they have plot immunity now that they're named characters. Plot immunity. If you don't have a name, could go very badly.
Yep.
So, go ahead.
Hey, this is Ross Payne. I'm playing Staff Sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps, Jim Kyle. And he has operate heavy machinery, so, all is good in the world. And he's got an M16 and a K-bar and, all kinds of fun toys. Mm-hmm. So,
Next up.
Sure. I'm playing Donald Meeker, Staff Sergeant, U.S. Marine Corps. He is ugly.
Well, it's not so much that you're ugly in this game. One of the things that happens, it's charisma. That is how well you relate to other people. And once in this game, your character has gotten so hard-bitten from inflicting violence on other people as a Marine sniper, your charisma goes down. You stop seeing people as people and start seeing them as potential targets. So you're a little dead-eyed.
I'm totally dead-eyed.
Yeah.
So is my character.
You're both a pair of dead-eyed fucks.
Yeah.
All right? That's just the kind of guys that we want on a Delta Green mission. And next.
Hello, I'm Brownie. I'll be playing U.S. Army Special Forces Major Lenoard Bastion.
Okay.
He is about like you'd expect, very adapted to violence, and has grenades.
Who doesn't love grenades? Plus, you can curse in Montagnard, which is also handy. I think one of your languages is a dialect of Montagnard.
and Hmong and Vietnamese, yes.
Yeah, exactly. Yes. 3 guesses where you've been in the 1960s. Places. Places with stuff.
And things.
And possibly things.
Yes.
Yeah. Next up.
Hi, I'm Jason, and I'm playing a character that does have grenades too and can speak Vietnamese. I'm playing Robert Elswit. He's a clandestine officer from the CIA. He's got a bachelor's in linguistics, can speak Russian, French, Vietnamese, Japanese, and, of course, got grenades. So
I believe that most of the guys with a military background have M16s. The people who are not from a military background have
I got a MAC-10.
45 MAC-10 with a suppressor. Everybody's got suppressors on their pistols, obviously. If you're firing rifles in here, you might as well just presume that the jig is up and the guards are coming. But anyways, I just want to point that out, that they're more than just grenades. They're cool Snake Plissken guns. We even have a sight on your MAC-10 submachine gun, which should prove very, very useful. Really not sure why that was a thing in Escape from New York. All right.
It looked great.
It looked great, yeah.
This is Aaron, and I don't know why my name says Balaclava 1. I think that's a bad idea. But anyway, actually...
Does your name say Balaclava?
No, if you want to be... I am Special Agent Mark Payne of the U.S. Secret Service, currently inside with the Treasury Department. And I would like to point out, I do love the fact that one of my bonds are my presidential detail unit members and the president himself.
Yes, one of your bonds is Richard Milhouse Nixon.
I want to destroy that so bad. Just to preserve
Are you
my
gonna
business.
ruin your relationship with the president?
You can't see me. My arms are up. It's like I'm on a roller coaster of happiness.
Nixon's like, Mark, you're so distant. Why?
Meanwhile, I have ex-wife 1 and ex-wife 2.
You're really not a member of Special Forces until you've moved on to your second ex-wife, is what I understand.
That'd be true. All right.
I'm Maddy, and I am playing Chief Petty Officer Mark Bridges, so that's going to be fun with 2 Marks in the party.
Oh God, you're right.
I also have an ex-wife. I am the demolition one, and I am cold-eyed.
Yep, she's got the UDT diver, someone who came up through that before we even had SEALs. All right, technically, those guys are folded into the SEAL teams sometime in the 60s, but her character's old enough that it would have been underwater demolitions training rather than SEAL training. Still nasty. It's still nasty and no fun.
I am adapted to violence somehow.
Yeah, one only wonders how that could have happened. I will point out that the treasury agent is adapted to helplessness on the grounds that you keep having to step in front of bullets.
Yeah, I was about to mention that too. That whatever life I had, it's like God, because they were coming, or at least a bunch of beatings from a lot of angry hippies.
There's a lot of Jesus take the wheel moments for you.
Yeah.
All right.
My name is Payne.
Yeah. So you should be suffering from some.
Exactly.
All right. Welcome to the witching hour. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Or there and abouts. Your trucks have arrived in this. Your 4 trucks have arrived in this warehouse in Maryland. The trucks are already loaded up with these filing cabinets, and the 12 team members who are in charge of wrestling them out of the trucks are engaged in the process of wrestling them out of the trucks and lining them up so that they can be, gotten to once it's time to step through the gate. And they bring in your specialist. The specialist is a...
This Max, he's a friend, so
Okay.
he's just gonna...
Cool.
Listen.
He's going to spy on us. Your specialist is this, let's see here. He's a short little guy, bearded, glasses, sort of dark-skinned little guy, dark hair, dark skin, kind of shaped like a tea kettle. He comes limping in from one of the trucks and begins to work on unpacking a couple of bags of goulash. Some candles are lit. Some stones with things carved on them are taken out and placed on the floor. He then starts working on this concrete cinder block wall that's here in one part of the warehouse, and gets out a ruler and a protractor and starts drawing stuff on the wall. And some of it looks like maybe he's doing a math problem on the wall. There's at some point he anchors a string and he draws sort of an arc over the top of it, almost like the top of a doorway, and anyways, he's making it about this thing is about say 7 feet tall. They get a ladder out so he can get up on it and get the tall bits. There's it's about maybe 8 feet wide. Let's see here. Go ahead and, if you would be so kind, everyone make a roll on your against your intelligence. That is intelligence times 5.
Made it.
Yep. 10 out of 65.
All right.
Clueless.
34 out of 55.
Critically clueless.
Critically. All right. Well, those of you
Just got a headache trying to think.
What are you doing?
Just not interested.
That's on
I
with
can't
the,
brain
with the stuff that we're dealing with. It's for the best.
It is Saturday, Gen Con, so
This
yeah.
is not good. What is
This is-
my... these stupid character sheets are in Excel, and Excel is giving me a hard time, so I'm quitting Excel. I'll just have to trust you about what your character sheets say rather than look at them on my computer. I don't know, kind of I used a fillable Belgian character sheet, and it's just been a total mess. When I made PDFs off of the Excel sheet, for some reason it would crash Acrobat. I don't know why that's happening. But rather than worry about it too much, we'll just stumble forward. All right. So anyways, so this guy is I said he's salt and peppered, maybe in his 50s sometime, and he gets up there and starts scratching on the wall with his chalk and such. You would have recognized him as the guy who had given you previous orders during the run-up to this part of the mission. One presumes that you guys would have been involved in other parts of this scenario, but until now, this is not the part where they brought you in fresh. But you would never have learned his name. The closest you've ever heard anyone call him by anything would be maybe Professor. I'm going to have some of that Suntory whiskey now.
Absolutely. All right.
Just now the killing's going to start.
Oh, hooray. You should be comfortable. All right. How much would you like?
Yes. That's fine.
All right. Here. Anybody else are free to it if you want some, so let me know. All right.
While we're pouring.
Yeah, sure. I just got finished.
In the words of Bill Murray, on the plus side, the whiskey works. In fact, I believe he's referring to Suntory.
I'll take some too.
Thank you. You're welcome.
So, the other security detail, the other 6 operators have moved out, and they're currently watching your 6. They're watching your backs, guarding the outside and the inside of the warehouse. Where are all you guys standing about? You're going to be plunging into this gate, so where are you standing?
So it's almost go time, and do we know the procedure basically? Like walk through the gate? Like
Walk.
Okay.
On the off chance it's not actually open. Right.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I'll walk in backwards.
That's an interesting take. Would you like to close your eyes?
No.
Just in case, you want to try the thing where I'm sure I won't be affected by 5-dimensional space if my eyes are closed. Oh, wait, I can see through time. You'll be like Raymond Milan and that man with the X-ray eyes where he gouges his eyes out and is like, I can still see. Yeah.
Yep. No, I'm going to keep them open. I've seen that movie.
Yeah, you would have, actually. That would have been on before now.
Yeah, I'll be off to the side, like not trying to get in the way, but like with a clear angle at the gate.
All right. Does anybody want to designate one of our, as far as designated who's in charge, technically the highest ranking person on the scene is the major, is Brownie's character. If you do not want the honor of giving the orders, we can pass it off to the spook over here. You're the CI guy, right?
No, that's
Jason.
That's
So
Jason.
it's up between the two of you who wants to be in charge of this.
Well, let's say that you can start out that way, but it may change.
Are you considering a mutiny halfway through?
Yeah.
No, I take advisement where it's appropriate.
Okay. All right.
That sounds fun.
Great. So, at some point in this, and this goes on for what is probably an inordinately long time. There's a lot of drawing on the wall. There's a lot of using of elements and things that come out of test tubes and are poured into bowls and vessels. Incense is burnt, and at some point, a lot of weird things are said. Our professor gets down in the middle of this pattern that he's drawn on the floor and starts waving his arms around in these in what I can only describe as really fast Tai Chi. They're extremely deliberate movements, but they're performed quickly, and they're very difficult to follow. as you're watching as he places his hands together. Anyone who ever watched that movie, that TV series, the OC or the OA? Mm-hmm. Remember the weird dance recital magic they do in that, where it's all it's so quick and fast, and it doesn't make any goddamn sense. But all right, they traveled dimensions with it. I mean, you're literally watching a gate spell being performed. So I guess this is what you're seeing. He does all that hootenanny stuff. It doesn't mean anything to you, but at some point, he falls forward onto the floor. Go ahead and give me some alertness rolls. Or first aid, whichever you go.
Professor.
80 over 60.
Hey, that's a crit fail.
Notice nothing.
99.
All right, 65 made it. On alertness.
I will render first aid with a 31 out of 50.
While the guy is doing this, I mean, he's in his 50s. He's not in super great shape, but at some point, before he started, the physical portion of this, he took the tweed jacket off with the leather elbow patches. And as he's doing this, he sweats right through the shirt he's wearing. You can see his wife beater on under it. And the temperature's not going up in this room. And you've seen plenty of guys on PT, and this is not PT. This is not PT under the sun in South Carolina or Southern California, 12 Pines or whatever. I guess that's where the Marines would be, or Lejeune or whatever. And he's just like he's in a sauna. And when he's done, he falls over and double palms it onto the concrete, and is breathing, is sort of panting like a dog with an open mouth. What do you do?
Well, I try to perform first aid.
You start to move forward. He manages to get one hand up and do this. Just
Okay.
waves you back.
I stop.
Okay. He finally straightens up. He says, "Don't knock over anything." And he's referring to all these weird little things that are laying around. I'm not done. Gets up, goes back to the doctor's bag, pops it open, and gets out some bottles of some sort of liquid. They look like just ceramic jugs, like you'd expect to have 3 X's on them from a cartoon. They are... he takes a switchblade out of his pocket and starts cutting the wax off the tops of these things and pries the corks out. Some gas, some fumes light out of the bottles. He then takes this stuff and he starts pouring it into a ladle and then puts the thing down and the bottle down, the jug, and starts saying some more crazy moon babble. And he splashes the substance on the wall. Everyone makes sand rolls.
Hooray!
Yeah, here it comes.
Oh, nope.
Success.
Ooh, 44 out of 55.
All right, 0 for you.
Failed.
All right, 1.
57 out of 55.
1.
24 out of 55.
0.
Failure.
1.
20 of 55.
0. Where this liquid lands on the cinder block wall, inside the pattern, this sort of weird doorway pattern he's created, what you're seeing is this, as it runs down the wall, the cement wall just disappears. And through these streaks of this fluid, you now see into a darkened, your room is full of light, the lights are on. The other side appears to be a darkened space. Please to make alertness rolls.
93, that's not good.
Oh, man.
32 made it.
Nope. 51 under 80.
Okay.
83 to 60.
Okay.
Failure.
Okay. Those of you who can see through, let's see how the professor's doing. 03 is good. Okay. He can see through. He's looking through these sort of streaks himself, but he's much closer than you are, and says, "Well, it's a warehouse."
Filled with confidence.
Those of you who can see through are seeing what look to be large, bolted together metal shelving in this warehouse that pallets are on top of in there. On top of the pallets, various things are shrink wrapped and whatever, but you can't really see much more than that inside. It's a very large space, but that's about as much as you can see.
Better not be fucking Maytag.
So at this point, your specialist takes this fluid. He puts on a nitrile glove of some sort, like not a nitrile, but like a rubber, heavy glove, and proceeds to try and use this sponge and wet it and starts rubbing inside the area of the gate. And as he rubs it, more and more of this wall of this cinder block, a painted, crappy institutional green cinder block, disappears until you can see what appears to be the interior of a dark warehouse. All the light on this side is not flooding into the warehouse. Okay, there's nothing. It's all dark on the inside. You can see a concrete floor directly in front. This poured concrete floor directly in front of. On the other side of this doorway, but there's no light spilling out onto your side. I should note one other thing that's part of your mission, and that is, having gone through, you're supposed to mark its location. So whoever's going through is going to need to put some chalk on the walls so people know where the gate is, because it should not appear.
Okay. Cool.
It should not appear on the other side. So, who's going first?
I'll go first.
Good man.
Got your chalk?
Let's get you. Let's get you in there.
And if I don't, I grab some from the professor. She's got ample stores of chalk.
Yeah. Remember, when you die, then you draw the door on the chalk. It's different.
All right. How you want to do it?
I will just step forward with
Sure.
my rifle pointed ahead of me.
That sounds like a thing that people do. That's totally going to be cool. That's going to work. All right.
Fine.
If it doesn't, you're
How
welcome.
about your silence pistol instead of the rifle?
Yeah.
Oh, right. Okay. I have a brain fire, and yeah, I switch up.
All right. That's cool, too. Let's see here. 2.
Just gonna echo test the warehouse,
Don't do that.
You want to know whether or not you'd like to record your experimental jazz album in this acoustic space.
The big
I get
correct
that.
dimension.
I get that. Who doesn't want to do that? All right, let's see here.
This is how Brian Eno figured out his career. Really, or field glass. Take your choice.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Change
Go
my
ahead.
name afterwards.
You step through. Give me a, honestly, not really give me a roll, but go ahead and give me a SAM roll.
Okay. Failure.
Okie dokie. All right. You step through. It's, like I said, you've shot barefoot peasants in Southeast Asia, and that was, it might actually be more fun than you. No, it's no fun. It's no fun going through the gate. It's uncomfortably like being drunk. And I mean like a glass of water that is being drunk.
Oh, okay. I feel like a glass of water.
Yeah. So you were pulled through this thing. For a moment, you can see down into the warehouse that you stepped out of. Possibly through the ceiling or the floor. It's hard to tell which. These directions don't seem to particularly matter at the moment. But you step out into a very, very dark. Your foot lands as you step through. Your shoe comes in contact with a hard concrete floor, and there you are in a dark space. The rest of you can actually see him on the other side. Now, here's the problem. You
That
took
seemed fine.
a sand hit.
Ooh.
Yeah. Let's see here.
I mean, you didn't crit fail, so.
No.
That would have been fun.
Okay. Yeah. You're gonna take 4 points unless you'd like to activate one of your bonds to try and slough that off on.
Oh, I'll slough it off on my papa.
Okay. That bastard.
Right?
He said the Marine Corps would make a man of you.
Little did he know I got.
All right, so to do that, you got to, in order to slough that off on your dad, you've got to, I believe it's make spend some will points.
Yes.
Equal to the sand points that are about to be burned.
Okay.
That's how I remember it.
I think it's you only.
D4?
It's a D3.
That's a D3. All
Yeah,
right.
it's a D3. You're right, and you can reduce the sand equal to that D3, and you take the same number of will points.
Yep.
All right. 1. Great.
Okay. You've sloughed off. Your bond takes a hit of 1. Your willpower takes a hit of 1. And you've only lost 3 sanity points.
Hooray!
Hooray. You still would like to vomit and shit your pants at the same time, and you're really not sure what end what's going to come out of because, well, again, you were fifth dimensional for about a microsecond. And I don't know that defecation is something you do in higher dimensions, but yeah, it's
not
Just the lower ones.
Yeah. What? Yeah, exactly. It's a system with 2 holes. It's going to come out somewhere. But you're unhappy. You're very unhappy, very shaken by the experience of stepping through this thing.
I fall to the ground and I squiggle with the chalk.
Okay. All right. You squiggle the chalk around in front of this thing.
Yeah.
That's excellent. Possibly an arrow pointing at the wall saying, "Go here."
No.
No. With no written with an exclamation.
Yeah.
Further to the left, Staff Sergeant.
Do we see him move in like real
Yeah, the
time?
sound.
You do.
Okay.
You do see him moving, but I will note that you don't hear anything.
Okay.
It doesn't make any sound. Now, who's next?
I'll do it.
All right.
I kind of edge up to it, and then just deep breath and jump.
All right. Go ahead and give me a sand roll.
41 over 54.
All right. You take 1 point of sand loss. It's no fun.
Weird.
As I described, it's no fun. But you handle it relatively well. Next.
I'll
I
go
move
next.
to the side.
Okay.
All right. 1.
All right. You take your 1 because, again, it's like being sucked up through one of those silly straws in a big girly drink. So it's no fun at all. You are officially been girl drink drank. Jason?
I kind of want to just take a pencil or something I have on me and just stick it in there and pull it back out to make sure that we could come back.
Yeah, it would be nice to do that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Who wants to go back through the gate to test if you can come back?
We're only supposed to go through.
But can I
times.
stick something through and then pull it back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It comes back.
Okay.
I'm not going on the crazy straw express.
By the way, you guys, give me an alertness roll.
Okay.
55 over 60. Crit success.
63 under 80.
Yeah, you both succeeded.
So,
Anyways.
Okay. I guess I'm going. I failed.
Failed it? All right. 3 points.
Okay.
Do you want to project your sanity loss?
You know what? You blamed your dad. I'm blaming my parents. So I roll a d6.
I got it.
D3 basically.
We're all very
Okay,
close.
well, that's 3.
All right, you take 0, but your bond will have a 3 hit for a test later.
Okay.
Move through, soldier.
All right. Yeah. Walk in, and here we go. That is a failure. Regular failure, though.
2.
Screw you, Mom and Dad. Not a single pattern here. Yeah, that goes to Mom and Dad.
All right.
The void just makes you hate your parents.
Prior to moving through, take a look based on where people are located to help locate the edges a little bit better in my mind.
Okay.
And then move through on the side where is the furthest away from anyone who's gone through so far.
Okay, fair enough.
Failure.
Okay. 4.
All right.
You're just gonna take it?
Yes.
Wow.
What's your
You don't want to blame
might
your
need that
ex-wife?
later.
Yeah, that's the emergency button. Like,
All right. X-Wife 1 or 2. X-Wife 1 or 2.
Oh, okay. He's gonna project it onto your.
Which
on your
one looks more like
Moderator.
your mom?
I say the first X-Wing.
All right. Yeah. 3 on the dice.
Okay, then your bond, you use up 3 willpower. You take 3 of those sand points back, so you've only lost 1 in the net, and your bond takes a 3 off of it. So it'll have you can either recover in between scenarios. You would do things to recover that bond, possibly.
Not like
Between scenarios.
Yeah, but we won't be doing that here. All right, so you are now all in a very dark room. Lit only, one presumes, by the light of your red-lensed flashlights.
Yep.
It is 1970, and while there is some infrared technology out there, it's horrible. I mean, it's gigantic and huge and doesn't necessarily work as well as it should. And there's even all kinds of wacky infrared scopes for rifles. But it ain't great. It's not super duper. As something as simple as these flashlights are those military flashlights that are handheld. The lens up here, the battery's down here, and you can clip it to your web gear and walk around with it and shine it out there. It's the kind of thing you should turn off before there's any firefight, because you do not want to have a light source that close to your cardiopulmonary system. So. There is the interior of this place. You have been provided with a map allegedly detailing where the filing cabinets are. Your job is to locate those filing cabinets, secure the perimeter, find the cabinets, and then signal the people on the other side they should start coming through. So, yes.
Finish marking the edges based on what I remember from walking
Your
through.
guesstimation.
Yeah.
Do you want to make a intelligence roll ×5?
Failure.
Failure. Was it a critical failure?
No.
All right. You mark it off on the chalk on the floor. All right. There is a blank wall. There is no sign of that other warehouse well lit on the other side of this thing. It's a completely blank wall.
Toss the chalk into the wall.
It disappears.
All right.
Clearly, it works. That chalk is obviously taking a D6 sand loss. It's on the other side bleeding.
why does this chalk have so much blood?
It's blood chalk.
Yeah.
Blood chalk. Do we? So we don't even have to make a skill check to find the files, right? We're even told what row.
You're supposed to know what row. Row 5.
To the perimeter.
Pallets 27 to 48.
All right, I'm just gonna make a beeline to where we've been told.
What about securing the perimeter first?
Perimeter.
I will check
I will go to the left.
All right. Again, there is information known about the warehouse that would have been gathered during the course of this thing, one hopes. Let's go ahead and give Ross the opportunity to make this one of the pieces of the puzzle you don't have.
Okay.
Roll me a die. Roll under 50. Or 50 or under.
50 or under. Nope.
All right. Nobody knows what the layout of the warehouse is. So it's time to go exploring. It's one of the pieces of information that was not able to be picked up. You know what warehouses are supposed to look like, and you probably were able to get information about the outside of the building looks like. So yes, there is in fact, this is the age before certain OSHA requirements. So there are no fire exits in this thing. There are no bar activated, fire exits. This is just for storing inanimate objects. And as far as you know, the only entrance is up at the front in a small office space up there.
Okay.
Otherwise, the building is roughly the size of a football field, with pillars coming down out of the steel girders coming down out of the ceiling to hold up the rest of the slightly convex roof. Not quite. It's not Quonset hut, obviously, but there's just a simple steel, corrugated steel roof on this thing and cinder block walls.
Okay.
But somewhere, and it takes you, let's see here, give me let's have everybody either make land navigation or intelligence ×3, whichever is higher.
Yeah.
I'll make a navigate.
I make the land.
60 over 50.
Okay.
Yep, I do not.
Nope.
I do not make an intelligence.
Those of you who do make it, somebody did. You did, Ross?
Yeah.
I think you said
Yeah.
you did.
I have the intelligence one, but
You'll have remembered that when you went into the warehouse in Maryland, your understanding was that the warehouse you're going into was to the southeast of this location. The sigil and whatnot was drawn on the west wall of the warehouse you went into. And as you're coming into this thing, and you would have, again, been able to see images of the outside of it, it takes a few moments based on where the office area is, discovering where the office area is, that you've entered through the north side of the building, for whatever that's worth. You can save that up for a sand loss later. There's no connection between where you left, the direction you took leaving the first warehouse, and where you've appeared through the wall of this warehouse.
Yeah, you rotate 90 degrees for every dimension you go through.
Clearly. Let's just hope it doesn't go 360 where the gate opens you in the ceiling and drops you, onto the floor. Should have considered that as an option. Maybe next time.
You consider spinning forever.
don't knock over his candles.
Yeah.
But, anyways.
I have to lift up and throw a fucking filing cabinet into the ceiling. That would suck.
That would, I'm going to go ahead and say yes to that.
Powerlifting
That would
stone.
literally suck and blow at the same time.
It's like powerlifting stone throws. It's okay.
Yeah. Thank God Ross has operate heavy machinery.
Uh-huh.
Finally, it comes into use in the scenario. Where's my backhoe? I mean, you already got. I mean, I already did
Where's
that.
my
to
cherry
you.
picker? Like,
I said, I already did that with you with the Iconoclast. You got to operate the backhoe, didn't you?
oh yeah,
Yeah.
I did. Yeah.
So there you go. Operate.
My
heavy
character
machinery.
died horribly.
Well, it was Iconoclast.
yeah. No, that was the point of that one.
All right. You guys are able to determine which direction the office space is. Again, this environment is broken up into aisle after aisle of shelving created, using sort of steel construction that various things are stacked on. It doesn't stack that high. There's maybe the top of this shelving area is maybe 12 feet up tops.
Okay.
And the first, sort of level, I guess you'd call it, there's just two levels. There's ground floor that pallets are on, and then there's the upper shelf, and that's maybe 6 feet up. But it is broken into multiple aisles that go, and they just go in one direction. There's not multiple directions for these aisles. They're all laid out very neat and tidy and orderly. Some of them go to the back of the warehouse, which is where there are these big roll-down doors. Some of them go to the front of the warehouse, which has sort of a glass window that runs along some of the wall that looks into an office space. There's actually got a door up there. There's a bathroom up at the front of the building, off to the. If you were to look at this building and say, in this space here, we'll just say that down to the bottom here is where you're going to find was oriented. So this is down here is the loading dock area. The two walls on the sides are blank. There's no way in or out of them. And then at the front is this little office space. There's a bathroom that's actually in the warehouse proper. It's not in the office space area. And there's two doors. There's a door to the bathroom, and there's two doors that go into the office space area. The office space area is divided from the warehouse by how do I put this? There's storage space on top of the office space, all right? And there's a staircase off to the opposite side over here where the opposite from the
toilets.
The toilet, right? There's some metal staircase that goes up, and there's stuff stored up there as well.
Yeah.
Not as much heavy stuff is up there. All the as you're going through the aisles, you're passing, boxes marked, Deutsche Wehrmacht, don't open till doomsday and things like that. Bits of the Roswell saucer, the usual things you find in government warehouses.
Sure. Top men.
Top men are working on it. Sorry, I just had this image run through my head of, maybe it's the whiskey, but I just had this image of these leather daddies all hanging out.
Yes, the top man.
We have top men. What are you doing to the ark?
Protecting it.
I think we should all move to another continent. I think we've
We know
tempted the God of the Old Testament with this. Anyways, enough of my filthy imagination.
Where'd you say they were from? Finland.
Yes, that is probably where they come from.
Colonel Tom, yeah.
The thing that you notice right off the bat is there's no lights on in this place. There's no even illuminated sign that says exit or whatever, because again, it's the government. Any kind of safety regulations don't apply. If anyone's been in the service, they've learned that. The front office is all dark. There appear to be, but that's as much as you can see from back in the rear of the place. Let's start with Jason, our spook. How do you want these people to deal with this? How far do you want them to go? You want them to go all the way into the office space and search it? Do you want them to just stop at the?
Well, are there any identifying, marks or letters, anything on any of the files or
Aisles?
Well, the aisles are definitely marked, with going widthways across this thing.
Yeah.
Since it's narrower than it is long. They're, A through Z through double L, and then backwards it's, 1 to 50 or whatever.
Okay.
That you're looking for the material in let's go with 38 double D, just to be totally fucking sexist about the whole thing.
I get it.
God damn it.
I'll come up with a better number and letter location that's less horrible when this goes to print. But for the moment, I'm going to go ahead and put it in 38 double D.
All right. Well, let's, since there's really only one way in, I would suggest we make our way forward and just make sure that nobody else is here, just to kind of...
Do we have any people who are good at stealth?
Yes.
Yeah, you might be one of them.
Yeah.
I am
Actually,
one of them.
I'm not.
I'm pretty good.
I've got an 80.
50.
Oh, you got an
70.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be from the front, dude.
All right. Well, then you and your UDT diver, and I'm sorry this is such a sausage fest, Maddy, but holy crap!
It's like it's the past.
It's like it's the past. That is absolutely goddamn right. And Arthur, you guys make your stealth rolls to creep up to the front of this place.
52.
37, yeah, I meant.
48 under 70.
All right, nobody crit failed. That's awesome. You get up to this thing, and you're able to see through the windows that look into the office space that there doesn't appear to be anyone in the office space. Now, there is an office at the far end, the same end that the stairs are on. In fact, the stairs would go up and drop somebody on what would be the roof of this office. That office doesn't have a window looking into the warehouse, all right? It's closed off. There's just a closed door. On the other side, again, there's this office space. There are these sort of Venetian blinds that go, these shitty plastic, blinds that are all covered in dust that go from floor to ceiling for all these big windows out front, but they're all closed. They're all down, all right? And you can sort of see that at the far end there is these various offices filled with shitty metal desks, all, again, painted some marvelous institutional color like, that hospital green or whatever, or tan or whatever, and creaky office furniture, and no computers because it's 1970. Rolodexes on every Rolodex, a Rolodex for every desk. Possibly typewriters. Oh yes, so very many typewriters, and probably manual because it's the military, and this is not exactly a super important place. Over at the FBI, they actually have electric typewriters. I hope that's true. Somebody was telling me about how FBI agents in the 90s were using AOL to communicate via email because there was no FBI email. It just wasn't. So, yeah. I mean, they didn't have access to DARPANet, which is the thing that really freaks me out because I can remember people using DARPANet in the 80s to communicate from these various, well, then again, it was all defense, so I guess Justice Department didn't get that. Anyways, there is a room with an open doorway on the far, I'm going to call it my left, it's your right, side of the building. That appears to lead to a door that goes to the outside. So if somebody's coming in, it looks like the only doors you're seeing, unless there's a door in the far office on the far side, and you didn't see that in any of the external photographs we're taking of this place. You only saw a door on the far left, my left, a single door that would come into a room that is just a center block square with an arch, just an open doorway with no door in it, and that comes into this sort of the 1970s equivalent of a cubicle farm. I guess you'd call it the bullpen. Yeah. So that's how it's set up at the moment.
Okay, you said the door was open.
It doesn't have a door in it.
Oh, okay.
The door to the little, I guess you'd call it almost like a vestibule, is open. There's just an archway in it or door frame without a door in it. There is an exterior door in it. You're not seeing any sign that it's open.
Okay.
Do you want to post anybody to watch the front?
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Who's got...
I've got 80 alertness.
Yeah.
More alert than I am.
Also, you're the
70.
demo guy.
I am the demo guy. I may need to be walking around a bit.
You may be laying explosives while these guys are doing their job.
Yep.
All right.
So,
Looks like it's on Arthur.
Donald Meeker.
Meeker sneaks on over there.
All right. You won't have to make a second sneak. I presume that you guys got this far. You find yourself a nice place to crouch down. There's, again, one of the weird things about this environment is these long aisles full of stuff. Most of it looks like things you can't shoot through. It's pallets of, it's palletized papers, it's palletized filing cabinets. It's the second best thing to sandbags in a lot of ways. The only problem is that when things go pear-shaped, yes, this area is divided by cross sections, and they're very wide. In fact, they're wide enough that you could run around in this thing with a forklift. All right. Go ahead and give me an awareness roll.
I'll never be used, Ross.
Anyway, then we'll start with Ross because he's in the back, and you and Brownie. Give me a awareness roll.
Yep.
33 critical success.
Okay. Hey, look! It's a forklift. There is actually a forklift parked in the back.
I take the keys and throw them away. No. Ross, what is your name? Your character's name? Your
Jim Kyle.
what's your rank?
Sergeant.
Sergeant. You got any experience on this?
Yes, sir.
So it's like you're in charge.
All right.
All right.
What could go wrong?
I mean,
I keep thinking of those videos of people in back it up into the thing and collapse the entire warehouse full of things.
Or goes to the break room and impales a guy.
As far as stealth goes, don't reverse, because that's a very loud beeping sound.
right.
They don't have that in 1970. They just back over Teamsters and
I mean, we just talked about how there's no fire.
Well, I mean, the forklift is like kind of like a plan B. Like we need to hurry the fuck up. Where
the
plan
things
A,
are in the shitter.
Yeah.
And we need to, maybe it comes in useful.
Yeah. But like, so I'll get the keys for that. Get that. Actually, I'll just put the keys in the ignition. Like, so if anybody else wants to fucking use it for whatever reason,
not you. It won't be Ross. All right, that's fine.
well, I mean, if I get killed.
Elswit.
You moral coward.
No, trust me, I'm going to run for it. What if I get killed before I get to it?
Good point. We don't want to hog the keys.
Yeah, exactly.
We want somebody to be able to start this up.
With all of our 10%.
We got this.
Yeah.
Maybe if we combine all of it, we can all be Kramen and be
That's
Drake.
a 10%. That's a 1% chance to crit succeed.
No, it's you're right. Yeah, it's just a 1%. All right. Now you've got somebody watching the front.
Mm-hmm.
Let's find the actual pallets. Go ahead and
And it's been like fucking dead quiet in here.
absolutely.
Not a sound. Okay.
With the pallets, because they found the office, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did we determine if it was locked or not?
No, they haven't tried the doorknob that I know of.
Well, I recommend we go a step further than watching it and secure that door so it seems jammed from the outside. Give us a little extra time if someone tries to come in.
So,
Jam
You
from
might
the
have
outside
the-
or jam from the inside.
Jam from the inside. Well, our side.
Yeah.
well,
That
and,
was the other
and
thing
I'm
I
assuming
was
we're
thinking about
talking.
was,
I kind of want to see if I
trying
can go up there and possibly use accounting to see if I can go through any record information.
The door, which
or
is
just
which has
cords and-
both the doors have glass windows in them.
That's what I was thinking.
So, as far as how you want to jam this, I suppose your best shot would be kicking a K-bar under the fucking, under the bottom of the door,
Oh, yeah.
and hoping
Filing
that
cabinets
jams it
in
up.
front
But
of
who
it.
wants to lose their K-bar?
I'll lose my K-bar.
Are you sure you're a Marine?
I'm on door watch duty.
Good point.
Somewhere, Jason Brown's screaming.
If they start pounding, then,
That might be the only way to jam this door up is because trying to tie the what did you have in mind? Because I'm thinking
I was thinking
unless
like
you
a cord
tie
around
a
the doorknob.
thermite grenade and melt the door to the frame.
I wasn't thinking glass doors. I was thinking maybe if there were a fire axe or a broom or a mop
Okay.
handle.
That's the sort of thing that is not well. There may be that kind of stuff around. There may be, in fact, I'm almost positive that what you would have rather than a sprinkler system in here would be a fire hose and an axe and like one of those per wall.
If at all.
Not many. And you might even find mops and buckets out here for, when there's a moment when the enlisted men don't have anything to do, then they're scrubbing the floor until it's so clean you can eat off it for no reason whatsoever, except you're not allowed to let enlisted men be, unoccupied for any moment of the day, or they'll get up to mutiny. Yeah. So, there's probably that stuff as well, but it would not make this door is not set up for that kind of thing. They'd be able to smash through that window and knock any kind of a bar off. The only one they might not reach would be something literally at the bottom of the door.
The door opens out.
It opens into the warehouse space.
So
for you.
K-bar would be
Can we
good.
get filing cabinets instead?
Certainly, if you wanted to put a filing cabinet on a dolly, any filing cabinet, and wheel it over and drop it down in front of this thing, that would slow down people getting through that.
Yeah. I'll do that.
All right,
people
give me
just-
You're going to need
a
two people.
Yeah.
give me two things: an awareness roll, which is modified, and then give me a stealth roll.
Oh damn! 91 on the alertness.
All right. Up where you are, have been assigned to stand guard. You do not see a filing cabinet that is within. You'd have to leave your post to go find a cabinet.
Okay.
So you're stuck for the moment. Now let's talk about the rest of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone signaled the other side that they can come through yet?
Not yes.
No,
yes.
Has anyone found where the filings are?
I was about to
was
ask.
looking for them.
I was about to ask. Could I look? Is it possible to get to the office to look for information with accounting, or maybe look at
You
reports?
certainly have already been given information. Let's do it this way. Ross, give me a luck roll.
Yup. Yeah, 33.
All right, congratulations. There is a. Actually, give me a second luck roll.
Okay.
Oh no.
A crit succeed.
There comes the crit fail.
I guess. 31.
Okay.
There is information that you've received about the location of the pallets that have the Telescreen files in them. So that, like I said, is in row DD section 38. So have you checked it out yet?
I was going to.
So
Let's go do that.
Go
Right.
with them, so.
Yeah.
Who's standing by where the gate is? Who's standing near the? Who's watching or listening to the roll down doors?
I'd be making my way back to that group.
You'd be going towards where the files are.
Yeah.
All right. Anybody else?
I'll stay stationed near the gate.
Okay. And Jason, where are you at?
Heading back, and I guess I'm going toward
We roll down to.
38 double D.
Okay.
All right.
Aren't we all?
Nobody's at the
Nobody's
roll down.
anywhere near the back doors.
It's fine.
It's fine.
Good.
You get to that section, and what you're faced with is a bunch of filing cabinets on pallets. They're green, they're sort of a forest green, chipped metal, beat up, banged on filing cabinets. One or two of them looks like they may have been set on fire, and then the paint was scratched off, and then they were just reused. They're a little warped. But yeah, there they are. Those are the filing cabinets. At least there are filing cabinets in the section marked, row 33, section DD. So I don't know.
38.
What do you think? Do you open them? Do you stare into the truth that man was not meant to know, or do you just assume these are the right filing cabinets?
Well, I imagine you don't have anything beyond just like the number.
Yeah, because we don't have any records. Or would we have been given maybe one test case to see if these were what we're looking for or
Nope.
something? All right.
But you could look anyways.
I feel like you need to know. You gotta check.
All right, so
Bad
I
habits,
so I
so-
wasn't.
So yeah, no, it's already the tradition must continue. So all right.
You're adapted to helplessness. This will be fine.
Well, it's I say
Filing
this.
cabinet.
I will do a check one. Although, can I do an alertness check to make sure before I'm opening it that I'm not hitting at least a booby trap or something that
That's
has
cool.
been due to take
Go
this
ahead
out?
and make an alertness roll.
Thank you. Let's see. Made it at 67.
All right. You do not see. You shine your flashlight in there. You don't see any wires or monofilament. I'm sure it's fine.
Sure it is. So,
Everyone staying close, so you're all in the blast radius.
I'm at
yeah,
the front
watch
door.
back.
You're fine. You're fine, and he's fine. But everybody else,
Well, we're
Yeah.
just
Did you
walking.
come with
up
us, or
at
you're
this
on the
point.
on guard
I'd
duty?
be heading towards the files, yeah.
Okay,
that's where the explosives need to go.
Yep.
that's true. So, can I have our sergeant do one more demolitions check to check for?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Thank you. So, just as I want to be as safe as possible in this unsafe situation. Nice.
12 over 70?
Yeah. It doesn't look like there's any booby traps in the one you selected.
All right. At least ones that are on this physical plane. So, all right, open it up.
Give me a luck roll.
All right. Am I rolling under Logan?
Yeah,
50 or lower.
just under 50 or under is good.
50. All right.
Wait a minute.
25 made it.
All right. You
If I
pull out
see
a
him
file.
start tinkering with this, wouldn't I be like, "Hey, wait, we're not supposed to"?
Well, you got to be sure you're opening the right one. I mean, you
But
got to
I
be sure.
don't know what we're supposed to.
You pull out a file. You open the file cabinet. There's a bunch of files in there, which is manila files. Some of them are older than others, but they appear to be organized alphabetically. You've pulled out something that says Operation Angel's Kiss. You pull a file out. There's a small green triangle at the top corner of the file next to the label that's been typed. It says Operation Angel's Kiss. Do you open it?
Hey, let's put it back.
Don't look at me.
Come on. Let's stop messing around. We only have a limited time. Put that back up. We got to get this on the cart and go. Come on. And I'm gonna go. I'm assuming that you will follow the orders because I want to see what happens.
Oh.
And I'm going to go
Desperately.
make
I
sure.
can tell that you desperately want to see what happens.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make sure that those back doors are secure. So I'll go deal with that.
Very important mission is something calling out to you. I
Yeah.
see that.
So,
Do you open it?
again, we're accounting for everything, so yes, we need to make sure that
I
it's
trust it.
Please make a SAN roll, please.
Absolutely.
I more or less ordered this stuff, but it's
25 again, made it.
All right. You lose no SAN. You get some interesting photographs of some creatively dissected children. Perhaps the reference to angels is a reference to the way that the lungs have been pulled out through the back and spread as far wide as possible to create these sort of
bloody
angel's wings. Yeah, that might be it. On the other hand, the whole concept of kiss seems like it'd be really odd to apply to this since the dermis over the face has been pulled back in a manner that would pretty much preclude, kissing. But hey, different strokes for different folks.
Are you sure?
It's gross. It just seems to describe a series of child murders in the early 60s, like 61.
Somewhere in midsummer.
Yeah. That sort of thing.
So,
I don't
all right,
think
so,
these are the right files.
So,
Arthur, you're standing
unfortunately,
guard.
unfortunately, this is the goddamn right files.
You're going to go wash your eyes out with bleach over in the janitor's closet?
No, scotch. So,
You see something, say nothing.
and drink to forget.
All right, these are the right files. Now what?
All right.
We need to signal to the dollies.
Yeah, so getting all the dollies, making sure that we're there.
We
Do you
call
want-
our staff through.
Yeah, so I start calling back, run back, make sure that we need it.
I'm going to go to the back doors at this point.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll send the demos to take. Start.
Jason's heading there too.
Send the sergeant
I
back
gave him
to
orders.
notify everybody.
Stop
So.
messing around.
Satisfied?
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's put you to work wiring this place up. Go ahead and roll me a demolitions roll.
I don't know.
That is a fail. 86 over 70.
No, it's going fine. You think it's going fine.
One fine.
I start attaching it to the file. I'm like, wait.
No.
It's 4C. There we go. So.
Yeah, you're going to be
Looks
fine.
right.
It's going to be great.
Poke the lens of the flashlight back through the portal and blink "come" in Morse code.
Okay.
Just the lens.
Oh no. We had to make.
I mean, we
things.
obviously would have had a signal prepared as part of this operation.
Well, since they can see you from the other side, I
Oh,
don't
just-
think you actually have
Then
to.
right, okay, just start waving them on through.
You just get the flashlights out, bring them in like the other.
All right, so you don't actually just poke your hand through.
Well, I would have been just the lens. No, now I don't have to.
Okay.
Wave them on in.
Or you
Alright.
get Morse code from inside.
Right, true. But this also works.
Yeah, there's a reason why I didn't put my hand through. I was putting it in an object.
I was thinking just
All
the
right.
lens.
What starts happening is
They
that
can all start for a minute. And then I was like,
people start stepping through the wall. It's a pretty good green screen effect for 1970. I'm going to need more of the whiskey, please.
Come on.
People pop through the wall, pushing these, cargo dollies, and they sort of stumble when they come out the door. I mean, it's clear that they had kind of a forward momentum, and then they're like, like some of them drop the dollies. In fact, 4 of them drop the dollies as they come through, and one guy goes to his, guy goes to his knees, and the one who comes behind him comes out and ends up hitting him with the dolly.
Do we have radios?
Yes, but no, you don't have radios.
Okay.
This is 70. They're still dealing with those man-pack radios that would be carried around and have a range of
Not good.
a couple of miles, maybe a mile,
Okay.
and you came in from more than 20 miles
Yeah,
away.
no, okay, that's fine.
There's even the handset radios in this time period are pretty, at least the military ones are just still huge. They're not quite the size of the World War II and Korean War ones, but it ain't great. And you're supposed to be operating just inside the warehouse, so They would not have been giving you a radio set.
I just wince every time a dolly falls over.
I would say after the first clang in the silent space, we just start helping them through, right?
Well, if you do, that would be great. It would make there be a lot less of this.
Yes.
All right, hold on. Actually, give me roll me a 6-sided die.
3.
All right. Only one person ends up dropping their dolly instead of 4. You manage to guide people off to sort of safer landings. At least 4 people are just like, just absolutely. I need a minute. They're giving you that. I'm blaming my parents. Just give me a second. I need to get that all sorted.
Military life was coming for me, Dad.
Fuck you.
Yeah. So, anyways, so that's going not the best, but anyways, they all come through. At that point, you're trying to direct them down the hall and down the aisle, I should say, and to go to the right place and pick the stuff up. At least I presume, you being the traffic cop on this, and go down to this aisle, go to the big boob section, and.
Well, did I ever make it to the back doors?
Oh yeah. Would you like? Actually, you should give me an alertness back there.
Okay. 44 out of 80.
Well, that's a critical success. Mm-hmm. Not only do you not hear anything outside there, you know nobody's outside there.
Okay.
There's nobody outside those back doors. Now, back there is a place for, tractor trailer trucks to pull up. There's one of those sunken things where they pull up so that the dock comes up to the back of the truck so they can drive forklifts or whatever directly onto it. But that area out there is surrounded by like a 12-foot fence with some barbed wire on top of it. Not, modern razor wire, but still barbed wire, nothing you want to get tangled up with. That's what you know is out there from the exterior photographs. But you're certainly not hearing any noise out there like, the scratch of feet on the ground or human breathing or any breathing. Just want to get that clear. There's no human breathing. Yaki is a whole
other breathing.
There's other things, just not human. Okay, so what are these double doors in the back? Are they?
They're roll up. There's 2 steel roll up.
Okay, so they roll up. Is there a way that I can wedge it shut so that
they're padlocked on the inside right now?
Oh, okay.
There's no way to open them from the outside. They have to be opened from the inside.
Okay.
There's no side door by it or anything like that?
Nope. Again, fire regulations don't exist.
All right. Well, then I'm heading back.
I remember this because my dad's own warehouse, which I will admit some of this is based on.
Blaming your parents?
There was a big thing where they showed up and said, you have to cut a second door in the warehouse. And that was in the mid-80s. That was in the 80s.
Okay, yeah.
Where you need a fire exit for this place.
Yeah.
So I am presuming that since that only crept up on him as late as the 80s, that there was a time when nobody cared.
Yeah.
Just have your big triangle shirt fire and that'll be fine.
Fair enough.
Okay. Well, yeah. Then I'll be going back and I'll be directing guys to go get the.
Cool. You're doing that. There is some work getting some of these people up on their feet and getting their.
Blame your parents. Come on.
Yeah. Okay. But they start moving again. Some of them actually seem like they're in more of a hurry to get out of here with their loads than others, and they start disappearing through the wall on the way out. Zap, 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 zap. Now, when that passes, you're just left here on this side of the quiet, relatively quiet. It maybe takes them, 10 minutes to line up or less to line up, pull a cabinet onto a dolly, turn it around, trot back out of this place and go out, and then they've poof disappeared through a wall, and again you're left there just waiting. Arthur, let's give some awareness checks.
Okay. 90s.
Okay, you're pretty sure you're in a warehouse.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's a brilliant warehouse.
Yeah.
Okay. as you are, you're now sitting here waiting for them to turn around, pull those things, drop those things off in the other warehouse and come back for the second load. Loading the trucks up is not supposed to happen. You're supposed to just throw these things down in the other warehouse and come back for the next load.
Yeah.
And then get them back, and then we'll load them up at our convenience to leave. But let's see here.
Well, they can't disturb the stones on the other side, right? So, like, they have to be careful with those, bringing those dollies back because they don't want to disturb anything.
So the people start coming through the gate again. But 12 don't come through. Only 8.
Oh, good. They couldn't deal.
And
or they did go through, they just didn't come out.
so they start moving. They start moving towards the aisle. They don't apparently, they come through and then nobody's, they don't say anything to you about it, but they start moving down towards the aisle to pick up their. Does anybody question this?
Yeah. Where are the other 4?
They can't do it again.
Oh.
Well, okay. I mean, like, I know what it was like going through, so, I'm not going to push it or anything.
Yeah, they can't do it again. So we're going to have to do it again.
All right.
So they go down and start picking their stuff up. They get this second load. I'm going to need an alertness roll from you there, Arthur.
Okay.
I think everything's going fine with you.
Yeah, I'm watching the door. It hasn't moved.
Yeah. I've tested the
door.
You've got some pretty good hearing.
85. Nope.
Really? Really?
I'm
It's 80. Like, he keeps rolling over 80. That's the best part.
I know.
Math is not your friend, I guess.
Probability.
That's what we're doing.
Payne, do you want to assist me in assisting the next ones that come back?
Oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
Meaning, come here with your silence 45, please.
Yeah, this is okay. Technically, I'm not adapted to violence too, but at this point,
But you're adapted to helplessness.
So,
Just help them coming through when they stumble. I'll be here.
so
Charming.
moving on. So,
All right. So I'm going to. You rolled an 85, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Wish I didn't.
I mean, he doesn't have to make check if somebody opens the door.
Yeah, that would be the kind of thing that he would probably notice. What he doesn't notice is the guy who hits him in the back with what feels like I don't know, a couple of machetes. You take 7 points of damage from out of fucking nowhere.
Okay, well, that's down to half. Do we make a con roll?
You pass out as 2, but
You pass out, not at this point.
Okay.
Not at this point. Actually, go ahead and roll. Yeah, you said you literally have 7 left.
Yes.
Go give me a con times 5 to avoid being stunned.
are you kidding?
Trip zeros.
holy shit!
Okay.
Brained.
Bonk, you fall to the floor. You can attempt to recover
Okay.
next round.
Next round, I'd love to do that.
Please to give me a SAM roll.
All right. Oh, I make that.
Okay, cool. Let's see here. That gives you another point of sanity loss. Ow.
That was bad.
Behind you. Behind you is, having been thrown to the floor, is this hulking figured necklace, I would say. A head sort of that sprouts from the shoulders. Some of the jaws appear to be built into the, what would be the top of the clavicle on humans. It's, it's bilaterally symmetrical. It's got, 2 arms and 2 legs, the claws on the end of its one 3-fingered, well, it's less than an opposable thumb and more like if your opposable thumb was right in the middle here, palm. So, but it's got kind of got 3 fingers here like this, and they're covered with their giant claws on them. They're dripping with your blood.
No.
It's just how it says hi.
And it is just standing there in the dark with these big black eyes like a pair of, 8 balls.
Play dead, maybe,
Right?
It's covered with this big sort of floppy, loose skin that looks like that sort of like enfolds and maybe it's, but it definitely moves with a kind of lethality that suggests that this is not just someone who's gone on a really severe weight loss program and has a giant epidermis now. I mean, there's something underneath all this floppy flesh that is in no way human looking. There are no nipples on this thing. It is not a mammal. Yes. It does have some funny hairs sticking off, but they're more like the hairs you expect on Jeff Goldblum in The Fly, and the kind of hairs you expect on a kitten. It stuffs its bloody hand in its mouth.
Oh, Jesus. I'm running if I can.
Oh, you're stunned.
Okay. I'm stunned.
You're stunned.
It's stunning.
It really is. All right. So anyways.
Everything's fine. We're good.
Everyone make a alertness roll.
Hot 4.
Thank you.
Yep.
34 of the 60.
Yes, 65 out of 70.
80 out of 60.
Okay. He must have made some noise, like eek, ack, or oop, when he got poleaxed and fell to the floor.
Yeah, made a noise.
The result is that you were particularly 04. Anybody else double up or crit? No. Certainly your 04 tells you that, yeah, that wasn't a happy sound. We should totally go do something about that now. What you going to do?
Yeah, let's go
You're
check
still
it out.
hooking up the explosive to stop.
Let's go.
There's 5
That's
people.
probably not
I'll
a good
keep going.
sign.
There's
We
people.
were told to bring the dead back. I'm going to keep doing the explosives.
All right.
I'm just running. With a silence 45 out.
Okay.
Silence.
And P5. Yeah. And you too?
Yeah, I hear the noise and I'm going to go.
All right. You did not. You, however, will not be able to you'll not be able to notice that there's the sound of footprints running away. In fact, give me the alertness roll. Unless you fumble it, you'll hear these guys smacking shoe leather.
Success.
Okay. You hear these guys suddenly smacking shoe leather and running through the facility. Do you join them or do you stay by the gate?
I move closer to where I can still watch the gate, but closer to where they're going.
Give me an alertness roll.
Yes, 50. Crit success. 55.
Okay. We'll get back to that in just a second.
Yeah.
You guys are running down there. Let's see what happens next.
Are you ready to breaking point?
Yeah, I reached my breaking point.
All right.
Blame your parents.
Oh, okay. This thing sticks its claws in its mouth and runs them around the inside of this hole it calls a mouth. It's kind of looks like the mouth off of something that would be radially symmetrical as opposed to something that would have like, I don't know, mandible or something like that.
Okay.
And it's some sort of black, greasy fluid sort of trickles out of the corners of its eyes and it sort of quivers all over and then it throws itself on you. However, you are stunned.
Yes.
The good news is it misses, according to the roll. So it misses you. And I believe you now roll this turn to see if you're not stunned anymore. So you need to roll con times 5 or less to be not stunned.
Here goes. 52. I am not stunned anymore.
Okay. This round you can do something. Would you like to be elsewhere than this?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, so you get up to scramble and get away.
Yes.
All right, that's what you're doing. Brownie.
Yes.
You crit successed, which is why you noticed not on the wall of the gate, but out towards where the double roll-down doors are, this thing floating in the air, this object. It's kind of this black, curved little thing hanging in the air. It gets bigger and bigger and more curved. It's about 6 feet off the ground. And then it slowly descends. And as it descends all the way down to the floor, you're noticing that as you're looking at the doors, it's like, I guess the only way to describe it is the doors on the back wall appear to be now a projection. Imagine, if you will, a movie theater screen reverse projected onto, so that there is a film showing on the backside of that screen. And someone has poked a knife through the screen all the way down. The back of the warehouse doesn't match up to, like, you can see now that the, please roll sand.
Success.
All right, 0 sand.
Somebody's watching our movie.
Anyways, that's what you see happening. This is zip as reality is torn asunder. You guys, you get down to the front of the warehouse, and sure enough, let's see here. What's your dex?
My dex is 13.
Okay. That means he gets a swipe at you first. 86 does not do it. One of those claws comes out and tries to take a swipe at your feet, but you manage to get away from it. There's this thing on the concrete floor taking a swipe at him as he is crawling or getting to his feet and stumbling away from it. Everyone roll sand first. Don't think you just get to erase it.
Oh,
I'm good.
Failure.
Failure?
Failure.
Failure?
Nope.
You can succeed?
I'd succeed. 17.
All right. 1 point. As for the rest of you,
I feel my urge. I dislike him off.
2, 3.
I'm gonna take that.
Take this, Mom and Dad.
Why didn't we go for ice cream, Mom and Dad? Yeah, no, it's 0.
Okay.
It's awesome. Okay.
Feel free to fire your silenced weapons. Excuse me, sir. You're carrying a MAC-10. As an automatic weapon, that moves into kill damage country.
All right.
So,
Crit.
Would you roll?
22.
22.
And I'm going to 45, so.
Okay.
Yeah, that was your 45.
All right. Odd 6.
Oh, wait a minute. I should point out, if you're the treasure agent, I think you have a MAC-10 with a silencer.
It's just showing me the Uzi SMGs, so.
Doesn't have a silencer on it?
It doesn't look. Let me. Uzi SMG with sling. That's the only thing I'm seeing, and yeah.
All right. I was mistaken.
That's okay.
All right. 06 rolled?
Yeah, 06.
And how about you, Jason?
I failed.
You failed?
Yeah.
Okay. I
I'm
presume
not
you were
good.
firing a full automatic burst?
Huh?
I presume you were firing a full automatic burst?
This thing is crazy, yeah.
Okay. Well, the good news is the bullets fly through the wall and the glass and through the office and murder some phones and possibly
and some typewriters.
Possibly some typewriters and shatter the outside window.
No good.
You know, we gotta let people know.
That's the exact opposite of what we're supposed to do.
Okay. Roll me some damage there,
fail.
Mr. Payton.
All right.
I believe this is a 1d10 plus 1.
Let me double check.
Are you using the 45?
Yeah.
That's I'm showing 1d12.
Yeah, 1d12
Really?
on the sheet.
Oh, okay. Where I got that?
Under damage on the.
Yeah, I guess it is. At this range, you're super close. It's not like you're shooting at a guy
All right,
50
so you're
yards
cool.
away.
Do I get to roll double?
If you want to, here's what you want to do. For me, if you want to roll 2d12 and add them together, that's great. If you want to roll 1d12 and double it, which I announced before.
Oh, shit. I'm going to roll 2.
2. Go ahead.
7. Plus 1. 8.
8. Okay. Boom. Wait, let's roll yours.
All right, and same thing with the 2d12.
Did you crit?
Oh no, I didn't crit.
You rolled 6. It's just 1d12.
Yeah, so not quite going to fail. So all right, so 9.
9. Okay. That didn't do anybody any favors.
Oh, no.
Here we go. So that was. You rolled how much total?
8.
Okay, and you rolled a 9. Okay.
And I killed some typewriters.
You murdered the fuck out of some typewriters.
They're not going to write anything anymore.
You guys open fire. Bullets fly. Things crash. 2 rounds land at this thing, thud, thud, and make a very substantial noise when it hits. Let's see here. It seems to have you've got its attention. It definitely notices you. Let's see here.
But not you anymore.
All right. It's on the floor, as I said. It tried to, from an all fours sort of position, tried to make a swipe at his ankle when he was getting away. But it missed. It when you guys shoot it, it rolls its big, misshapen torso, because the head doesn't move so good. It doesn't swivel on a neck, but it kind of rolls itself over, probably because the prosthetics department couldn't really make a good head. It is 1970. You don't have the kind of special effects that we're going to have later in the 80s. I mean, the thing's still 12 years out.
Stan Winston's still getting stuff.
But it turns and looks at you guys, and then it starts. I guess the best way to describe it is film goes by at 16 frames per second, or
24.
24 frames per second.
Yeah.
You're pretty sure that it's only there for maybe 18 of those frames, and then maybe it's only there for 12, 10, 7, 1.
Dawn, no.
No.
Hi, Sanjay.
It honestly doesn't say that you should get a sand check for that.
Okay.
I've always wondered about, the one thing that's always missing, it's still kind of missing from Delta Green, is the idea of if you see magic work, or you're attacked by magic, shouldn't you take a sand hit because holy shit, this shit works?
Yes.
I would agree personally. If you, I'm okay with taking it if you wanted me to.
But go ahead and if you roll on this. It's if anyone who sees it and fails loses a point.
Okay. That's fucked up. And
I would see it.
Magic's normal to me. That's nothing I haven't seen.
Yeah, you're.
I failed.
It only makes sense once per session. Like, okay, I'm convinced.
Oh, but I'm fine.
You're fine. The worst part is all the bleeding.
Yeah, I'm glad it's disappearing.
They can open reach his breakpoint there.
How's that?
He reached his breakpoint.
Yes.
Oh, you have you?
I have.
Well, I think it's time to inflict some sort of keeper. Chosen temporary insanity, I guess. I guess that's where we're at. Actually, or is it? Maybe it's you hit your break point and you get some sort of phobia for later in the game. I can't remember, like depression or something.
Just depression.
How to go insane? Temporary insanity, gain a disorder. Okay. Yeah. Anyone here lose more than 5?
Not in one go.
But we have reached a breaking point.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. That's gonna be some. You're gonna have some PTSD when this is all over. It'll be awesome. You can go home, punch the wife, go to jail. Go to jail for.
I don't think I have a wife.
Okay. Well, you'll go home and punch somebody and go to jail for disorderly conduct.
Hey, this dad.
Punch your parents. That'll be great. That'll go over well with the judge. So you punched your 70-year-old mother? You're a disgrace to the Corps, son.
I think I only have a dad now.
We're the greatest generation.
Because you already punched him.
It just gets worse.
Yeah, you're unhappy, obviously. In fact, you're thinking, maybe this warehouse is bullshit and I should just go now.
The total bullshit warehouse.
Alertness rolls, please.
For all of us who are
All of you are up there.
21.
It's got a bonus.
56 made it.
42 under 80.
All right, all of you see the flashlights.
Oh, fuck.
There are flashlights shining around the front of the building.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh yeah, because silence guns.
Yeah, but more importantly, you shattered the outside windows.
Oh yeah.
The bullets went through the glass, through the office, and through the floor-to-cine glass windows,
covert agent.
and through the Venetian blinds.
Burn it all down.
Yeah. And so, those rounds seem to have alerted people, perhaps standing around the parking lot smoking, thinking, wow, this sure is boring duty here at the Washington Naval Yard. Oops, it's less boring. So that's happening. What do you want to do about it?
Is the creature still there?
Yes.
No.
Okay, totally phased out. I didn't know. Yeah.
It's film got
Brownie.
cut.
Can I see where reality is unzipped where it meets the floor?
Oh, right.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
also
forgot about
happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Large crash. Sounds 45 back and holstered. Slung M16 up, keeping an eye where that's happening.
And by the way, you heard the front of the store go.
Adapting to violence, he'll deal with it.
Yeah.
Watching this new unzipped reality.
Okay. A foot steps out, lands on the ground. Looks like it's adapted for, if you had any biology skills at all, you'd probably think it was adapted for digging, because most things that have claws this large are burrowing animals. Either that or arboreal, and use the claws to hang from things like sloths.
Tickling it.
Yeah, the foot steps out of this slice in reality, and this thing starts to push itself out. It's essentially the same description I gave. It's maybe 500 to 600 pounds. It's about 6 foot tall. It's got this big, nasty head that seems to be fused with its shoulders. It's got this thing on its face that looks like an anus, where its mouth should be, and a couple of black eyes roll sand.
Okay.
Yes, 19 to 55.
All right,
19 to
1
54,
point.
sorry. 1 point. Okay.
1 point.
Yeah, that's fair.
And then I would say as soon as enough of this thing comes through that I'm probably going to be able to hit the mass of it,
Yep.
and considering we've gone loud,
How close are you? I mean, again, it's
Well,
a
I didn't
relatively
get loud. It
it's a
was
relatively
suppressed.
close space.
well, how close was the
It was
portal
just
to the back wall?
That's loud now.
It was sort of in the middle of the air. It's not attached to the wall. It's just midair.
So about portal distance from wherever that opened up?
Yeah, I guess so. I'm thinking that it's it may be close enough that you get maybe 10% extra to hit, because it's no further away than I am from that door back there.
That would be full auto, please.
Okay, please roll the dice.
That would be a 42 under a firearms of 60.
Okay. You get to, if I remember auto fire correctly, it burns up, I
Don't
think,
forget
10 rounds or
grenades.
5 rounds. I can't remember. Let's call it 5 rounds. And you get to, if you roll less than 10%, whatever it is fucking dead. If you roll, you fail to roll under the lethality, you take the roll that you made. Now, you rolled 42? Okay.
Yeah.
I believe what it does is, I think it does that damage. It
Well,
does
was
the
that your roll to hit?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so I thought a
we
lethality
get
roll is
to
like a
take
separate
the
roll.
That's supposed
Oh,
You roll
all right.
2d10 and add the faces if it's.
Oh, you're right. So
Rating.
he does hit. Now roll 2d10. If you roll less than 10%.
Oh, you did.
Yeah, 03.
Oh, 3. Okay. Well, I guess you stitch this fucker up. You put all 5 rounds into it, and it opens its face anus and goes and crashes to the ground like a ton of bricks.
Thank fucking God.
And just lays there on its face, spurting something that looks like the sort of stuff that barbers put combs in to clean them.
I like how you checked to make sure the whiskey didn't fall off the table when you smacked it.
It's important.
Oh, yeah, priority.
My intent is to back up 5 feet and continue covering the zipper.
Okay.
I'm going to go over.
You hear a burst of full automatic fire. I mean, just.
No, I can see Meeker is wounded, so I'm going to apply some first aid to him.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
And I will go ahead and back up the. Once I hear the automatic fire,
Yeah.
go in for backup.
My question is, when it comes to, all right, so you got guys looking around the front of the building with an automatic,
I'm just going to destroy them.
you've just had automatic fire go off behind you, There are a couple of ways to discourage people from coming into a building when you have a machine gun. Would you care to guess what the first one is?
I have a machine gun. Please do not enter.
That is in fact one way.
Yeah.
It's actually written on the barrel.
Yeah.
Sending them letters.
I believe, what was it? I can't remember what the Latin is, but the last argument of kings that is scratched into the barrel. It's like, apparently, like Louis the Sun King had that put on his cannons. In Latin, ultimo ratio regis or something, which the last argument of kings. I'm like, okay. Bitchin', at least somebody understands how power is used in France besides Richelieu.
Oh.
Well, Napoleon.
Yeah.
Cannons are awesome for crowd control if you use them right.
Technically accuracy.
I made my first aid check on...
Go ahead. Make me a roll.
No, I already did.
Did you succeed?
Yeah.
All right. I believe it's 1d3 or 1d4.
It's one of those.
Hey, so let's go one. Let's be kind and call it 1d4.
Wow.
Check yourself off that you cannot have this injury
Three
refixed.
for my
Take the
claws.
suppressor off
Yeah.
and just do this to try to keep them away
Wow, I'm
so we can get the fuck
I'm
out.
feeling a lot better.
Yeah.
All right, they stick a pressure bandage on you.
Thanks, Kyle.
And slap that down and run a bunch of duct tape around your chest or whatever. It's a bunch of shallow cuts. And when I say shallow, I mean down to your ribs.
Yeah, we're fine.
Yeah, on your back, which would have been super easy for you to fix yourself. That first aid roll is going to take a couple of combat rounds, so you're going to have to wait
I'm good.
while these two guys decide what they're doing about the guys at the front of the building. Just show up.
I'm
Do you
taking the
just go
suppressor
ahead
off.
and do you just go ahead and fire a bunch of bullets into the ceiling or into the glass or
Yeah.
as high as possible?
Yeah.
Okay.
I take the suppressor off to create more noise, so that
Yeah. Good plan. Go ahead and give me a combat roll on the SMG. The trick is, if you're trying not to hit them,
Don't crit
succeed.
fail.
You crit fail. Failing will not hit them,
I'm
but
not
crit
good at
fail might.
firearms. Okay, 26 out of 40.
All right, you managed to put the bullets through all the windows, in this office, and they all crash and shatter down.
I hate cubicle life.
Yeah, it damages the Venetian blinds. It looks very dramatic as the bullets shoot the thing to pieces. And go ahead and make me an alertness. Or what about you, sir? Are you also going to join the cover fire?
I was going to assist him once he...
All right, so you're going back to the back of the place. All right, you're there firing over the heads of these guys,
Time to use a
standing pretty
forklift.
close to where Ross and Arthur are to keep them sort of covered, I guess, as well.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
Get the forklift, Ross.
Make
Come
me,
back.
in that case, Arthur and both of you make me alertness rolls. They're modified because a whole bunch of bullets just went off over your heads.
Sure. Oh, is it 99 going to cut it?
No, you're pretty sure that you're sure someone's firing a machine gun.
That's what it sounds like.
02?
Don't drop
All
the
right.
hands.
It's not an impale like in the old Call of Cthulhu, but I will say this. The response to, without the silencer, the suppressor on it is, oh fuck! And you could hear they were clearly impressed by all the bullets that came through the front of the place. They sounded maybe less than enthusiastic about kicking the door in. When I don't know how many there are, but you think there were maybe 2 flashlights, and if they're fucking, Marines assigned to shore patrol or whatever, they're carrying 45s.
Yeah.
With maybe 2 spare magazines. You don't want to get in a machine gun fight when you have a pistol and 21 bullets. That's just something you don't want to do.
Yeah.
However, they may be charging off to call for reinforcements. At the very least,
Well, gives us
they're
a chance
probably
to
up
get
to
out.
that. Sir.
I don't know what's officially going on back there, but
Do you put more bullets in it once it's on the floor face down?
No, I just yell over my shoulder, Sparky, light him up.
Whatever that means.
The last 4.
Oh, this...
Thermite.
All right, that's true enough. I would, okay.
Just a yell, whatever happens, happens.
You should, at this point, there are guys who are dropping off these. It was supposed to be this operation where they come in with a pallet jack, or not a pallet jack, but a dolly, drop off a filing cabinet with full of fake shit, and then pick up the pallet cabinet with actual shit and get it out of there. Now you've got gunfire in front of you and gunfire behind you. Everyone's sort of frozen in the middle of this. You're in the middle of wiring this place up with a delayed fuse. What do you want? Do you want to continue to wire it up, or do you want to go ahead and just go announce that you are going to that it's you just heard some like actually make me a alertness roll. There's a lot of gunfire in here.
51 over 60.
Okay, you definitely hear him. Hear somebody in the back of the place yell out for your character to quote unquote light it up. Do you go ahead and put a fuse going on this thing and tell everyone to beat feet?
He is my superior. Let's do it.
How long a fuse would you like to put on it?
Oh boy.
Now,
the
in combat rounds, every combat round in this game is between 3 to 5 seconds. It's kind of a nebulous time period. It's very depressing. One time we sat around the house to see about the reloading rules. Like, it takes this long to change your magazine, or it takes this long to put rounds in a revolver. And we just thought, well, let's actually test it. How many rounds can you get in a weapon in 3 to 5 seconds? The answer was the game rules were being really generous.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean?
Not that bad.
The game rules were being super generous to us for like pulling around out of a belt holster, putting them in one at a time. It was, the rules are like something you can roll up to 3 in a combat round, and that's if you're moving like greased lightning.
Yeah.
But if you, 60 seconds would be about 12, would be somewhere between 10 and 12, more or less, combat rounds.
Yeah, well, I've got the 8 people near me,
yes.
So I'm going to have to usher them out. They're going to be moving way less quicker than I would be.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll probably put like minute and a half just to make sure I can get those people out.
Okay.
Or else if they die, I'm going to have to steal their bodies.
All right.
It's real inconvenient.
You told them to go. We're lighting it up now. All right. Fine. Mr. Let's see.
I was bandaged.
You were still in the back. You'd gone to the back.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get a sand loss for seeing the dead one on the floor.
Because I've seen a live one already, so.
Yeah.
I yelled back, "Sparks up."
Yeah, as you're sitting there trying to put the pressure bandage and wrap this guy up, you hear your UDT person announce that, "I'm lighting the fuse! Now, get out of the building!"
Oh, okay. Well, this is escalated quickly.
Then the phrase you get started, get the fuck up, get the fuck up.
Yeah, I will be, all right, get the fuck up.
You are helping to carry him at this point.
Yeah.
All right. You are covering them as they limp towards the door?
Yeah.
All right. Give me an alertness roll, all 3 of you.
Throw the grenades now.
Yep.
You take
I make
30
it.
out of 50.
56 out of 80.
76.
Okay. You see that thing stuttering back into reality.
Good.
1 frame, 2 frames a second, 17 frames a second, 24 frames a second. It is appearing on the upper deck of the takes a round to prepare a grenade. You have to take the grenade out, pull the pin, throw it next round. But it is appearing on the upper deck above you. You're the only one who's got weapons free. You're carrying.
I got a pistol.
You can shoot at it with the pistol.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But it is you all see it coming into existence. If he's carrying you with his left arm, your right arm is tangled up, which means you're going to fire left-handed.
That's fine. I'll attempt.
Yeah, exactly. But you see this thing stuttering into existence above you.
Guess I'll,
Go ahead and give it the full auto treatment.
Let's just keep going.
All right. These will be the
I'm
last
doing so
rounds of the
well
gun.
with this gun.
Don't worry, all these weapons were stolen.
09.
Okay, that's a hit.
I missed.
64 under 80.
That's pretty good. Go ahead. That's a hit. Go ahead and give me a
Just a D12.
lethal damage roll. Roll less than 10%.
Well, I'm just using my 45.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he rolls. Yeah, you roll. He rolls.
Yeah, I just rolled.
Nope.
What'd you
Okay.
get?
What'd you roll?
Ooh,
67.
67. All right.
Not
12.
not lethal.
What did you roll for damage?
12.
12. That's really fucking good.
Yeah.
Actually.
Good job.
Let's go ahead and call that. Take the armor off. And would you roll 6 and a 7?
Yeah.
13?
No.
No.
You rolled a
asked for
67 when
lethality.
you tried to roll the 10%.
Yeah, so you add
so I
those.
got
roll
6 points.
That makes you roll 13.
when you do lethality, if you
Overshoot.
Yeah, you overshoot. You just add the 2 dice together, so it's 6 plus 7, 13. No.
You already did. When you roll the lethality roll, if you don't get 10%, you get instant kill.
Okay, so 13.
You take the roll that you
Okay,
did.
that's different.
Each number you just add together. So you did 13 points.
Yeah, it's new with this version.
Which is not bad. Okay. It is unhappy with all that. Let's see.
Well, that's fine.
9 plus 9 plus 8 is 26.
Yep.
Yep. Okay. Cool. That's exactly how many hit points it has. It pitches off the top of the thing and crashes onto the ground head first. Bam! Something resembling cottage cheese flies out of the top of it, mixed again with that blue stuff that the barbers put combs in.
Yes.
I'm hoping that these don't count as bodies we have to dig with us.
Not ours.
I'm also
You
really
really
convinced that
glasses have
they know this place is closing down. They're just coming in because they have safety deposit boxes, and we're the assholes. Who are
Yeah, you guys
shooting
are
them.
fucking up their simple withdrawal. All right.
Look at me now, Mom and Dad.
At this point, you are sort of, they're behind you. You're in the last person behind the guys who are rolling their dollies out of this thing.
Yep.
All right. Let's see here. Give me a alertness roll.
45 over 60.
Okay. Something. You see something out of the corner of your eye. Again, it looks like an object hanging in the air, like a small black piece of maybe, I don't know, it's maybe a piece of stone or antler. You see it hovering in the air off to your left, and you see it dropping towards the floor.
I'm going to roll Sen because I haven't actually seen anything yet.
That's a good point.
Mark.
That's an
85. Mark, take a point.
Or you can
Down
just
Mom
tell
and
fuck you,
Dad.
Mom and Dad.
Alright.
That's no good. What do you do now?
Am I close enough to the portal wall thing to, usher them, get the fuck out?
You are. You can see at this point. Aaron and Brownie are up front. I think Brownie's at 1 foot on the creature that he's just mowed down. But no, he's actually really close to where you see these guys coming out of, and I should say men and women, really not just guys. The people who are moving the stuff, they're all coming out. The 8 of them are coming out of that aisle and moving towards the gate. And I presume you're going, this is the hole, go in hole.
Move.
So you're doing that. All right. This thing is what's happening to you is down the aisle.
Yep.
That he does not have an line of sight on. You are where?
I was kind of standing in between with him because once I was
Give me a alertness roll. You'll have to crit it to actually see this happening.
Okay.
Otherwise, it'll depend on somebody else drawing your attention to it.
Alrighty. 37, unfortunately. Success, but no good.
So when it's lowered, do I still have line of sight on it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can
At that point, when it's low, when it gets to the bottom, it is joined by 6 friends that sort of pull the air open like somebody pulling a curtain apart.
I ready a grenade.
Was my zip still open, or did that close when the one died?
Go ahead and make an alertness roll. It is dark in here.
Kamikaze move.
No.
You're not sure.
Okay.
Too busy posing.
You start. You reach down, pull a grenade out, and we'll see what sticks its head out next round. You guys are limping along. You can see. Here's the cool part. You know how this thing split reality apart and pulled it apart? You totally can't see that from your direction because we're dealing with 4-dimensional objects in 3-dimensional space, and from this angle, you can't see it. All you see is your UDT guy pull a grenade off of his vest, pull a pin on it as you guys are running towards it. He must see something behind you.
Yeah, it's
Oh, shit.
I will look behind me.
There is, well, make an alertness roll.
Yep. No, I failed that.
Ooh, I see.
There's nothing behind you. You can't, you're not sure.
Well,
You don't see
us.
anything.
All right.
How about you? Now, by the way, you're out of bullets.
I make it.
What do you do about that?
Well, it's on a sling. I drop it. I'm getting it.
Oh, you're just going to pull the pistol out rather than reload?
Well, I don't know what is quicker.
It's going to be to pull the pistol out is one combat round. To pull the to slap a new magazine into the into the Ingram, one combat round. 35
Okay,
seconds.
yeah, then I'll.
Okay. All right. The guys who are pushing the files are heading towards the door and going through it. Vlop, vlop, as they disappear into the other side, making the sound of blink dogs or displacer beasts or whatever is the appropriate from the first edition monster manual. Wait, what system are we playing again?
No.
Anyways, let's see.
No.
The RPG system.
Riff spill back. That's
All right. Let's see here. You can see Maddy's character maybe 30 to 40 feet in front of you. Pulling out a hand grenade. You have readied it this combat round. You may throw it this next. The rift opens up. Give me a sand roll, please.
That is 86 over 52.
Excellent. And you lose
Oh boy.
just 2 points.
Alrighty.
Do you put it off on your ex-wives, your children, your parents, your teammates?
Definitely my ex-wife. Man, she ripped through a lot of my shit.
Two will points, and I think it's one. Actually, it's a roll 1d3, and we'll figure out how many points get moved around.
2.
All right, two. So 2 points off your will and 2 points off the sand loss. And your bond takes 2 hits. So that'll be awesome. All right, it's right there. This hole is right in front of you. I mean, it's super close, like within 10 feet. Are you going to hurl the grenade into it?
Yes.
Go right ahead.
That is 43 over 60.
Okay, you throw the grenade through. The grenade disappears into the hole. The thing steps out of the hole into the world with you.
From our perspective.
Anyways, yeah, another. You see her throw a grenade at you. Roll awareness. Roll awareness.
All right.
I make it.
I make it.
Yeah.
You see her, or rather him. I can't keep up.
Yeah.
Throw the grenade. It disappears in the middle. It just disappears in midair, and is replaced by one of those horrible creatures.
No.
As it steps out into your 3 dimensions. We'll deal what happens in a couple of seconds when the grenade goes off. It should be amusing.
Does a crit give me looking the other way anything interesting?
How's that?
Does a crit give me anything interesting looking the other way?
As far as an awareness roll?
Yeah. Am I uninterested in my zip anymore?
You've got guys passing you, going through that door. Mm-hmm. You can see where Aaron is. Aaron, give me an awareness roll.
Can you? 58 made it.
All right, you see the thing step out. You'll see his reaction. Whatever he does to react to the thing down the aisle, you'll see it. What do you do when you see the thing just materialize in front of Maddy's character?
So it looks like it's in front of her?
It's she's between you and it.
Oh, she's between.
So yeah, so she is. If you fire down this alley, she's between it and the target. You and the target.
So, and I'm just seeing this. I'm diving to get my man out of the way because I think that he's in danger.
So you're gonna dive on top of Maddy.
I'll try to push him out of the way.
Okay, that will require running towards the problem. All right, you run towards the problem.
Aaron.
Yeah. This is Aaron.
Technically, though, I can't shoot, obviously, and I have no idea what's going through this. I'm just seeing a clear line.
So,
succeed.
You're welcome. Merry Christmas.
Let's talk this out.
Okay, Aaron,
what do you
fill it
guys?
up.
All right, you're wounded. You're
not
holding a
gonna
pistol in your
metagame this.
offhand.
This makes
You've got a
sense.
pistol in your hand. You've reloaded your SMG. Oh, look, there's another one. You do know that Maddy's character is on the other side of it. What do you guys do? I'm thinking full auto is not the best option.
Yeah, probably.
Now, this weapon can certainly fire semi-auto. Do you guys open up on the creature and shoot it in the back?
Yeah.
Its back is to you. It's fair.
I'm totally gonna scratch its back like it
Wait a
scratched
minute.
mine.
Okay, I'm trying to get
Get out my fucking
where
knife.
we are in proximity to each other.
So you
Aaron
guys,
was ahead
there's
of
one
me.
aisle that everyone's in. One aisle in a warehouse. It's wide
Yeah,
enough
yeah.
for a forklift to go in, turn sideways, and pull a pallet out. So it's like 15, 20 feet wide.
Yeah.
Okay? You guys are limping along maybe 30 feet in front of you, 40 feet in front of you. Boom. That's the creature. Maybe another 10 feet in front of that, max, was Maddy. And down at the end of the aisle, maybe 40 feet away, now running and closing the distance, is Aaron. What you see him do, obviously, is run down that aisle. So, what do you guys want to do with this tactical situation? Let's go around the table with Ross.
Yeah, I'll shoot the creature in the back.
Arthur?
Yeah, helping.
Brownie?
Run to get line of sight while yelling, keep going.
Okay, to the people who are passing you.
Yep.
Jason?
I'm not good enough at firearms to risk not hurting someone else.
Okay,
so.
that's fair. And you know what you're doing. You're Mad. You threw the grenade into the vortex.
I'm sure.
It stepped out of the vortex. What are you doing now?
I am gonna use my M16, I guess.
Well, you got three options here.
Three,
I'll
all
point
right.
out. One is you can try and unsling the M16, which
Yep.
is which is hung. You would this round you'd be pulling it up.
Yep.
Next round you'd be using it.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to forego that action and just be ready to dodge if this thing takes a swipe at you, any successful attack roll can be defeated by a dodge roll.
Yep. That seems like a good idea.
All right, because it's in your face.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and fire. Let's go around the table.
Ooh, 17 under 80.
96.
96, which isn't really is not a fumble anymore.
Nope. It's
It's just a miss. All right. Give me a luck roll.
Oh no.
Less than 50.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
No. It's
Roll
95.
to hit again.
Oh no. Please.
If you fail the roll, you hit her.
Can I hit Aaron?
If you miss her, Aaron is next.
This is your life now. Deal with it.
I make that luck check.
All right, now you failed the luck roll, right?
Yeah, and then
I made the first one. So
You
yeah.
made the luck roll?
Oh yeah. No, sorry.
you
No,
failed.
this is
You
a roll to
made the
attack.
firearms.
Yeah, roll to attack. Did you
Okay,
make the roll to
yeah.
attack?
I made-
16.
Okay, so the bullet misses.
Yeah.
It goes towards goes past the creature towards Maddy. You succeeded in your second
Yes.
Yeah.
2-hit roll, which means you do not shoot her. And now it is traveling down. Please roll another luck roll. Roll under 50, not to have to try and shoot Aaron.
Oh yeah, that's an 87.
If you make your combat pistol roll, if you roll under firearms, you do
This
not hit
bullet
Aaron.
is.
How you doing? Thanks for the hit, Mickey.
You're welcome.
Oh, I failed. I 86'd it.
Would you like me to roll the damage, or would you like to roll?
Oh no, I
Be responsible
man
for your
chooses,
Yes.
that's only 3 damage. It's
3. You are winged by a bullet. That will affect a number of things. That
See, you know your limits.
Later, I'll explain what a good thing this was. Arthur, you actually managed to hit this sucker. 1d12 damage.
3.
3? Okay. You put around in this thing. You see its back. Let's see here. Hold on.
Get
That guy was
itchy.
dead. That guy was dead. This guy is. He did 3 points?
Yes, 3.
Okay. So you can see the fucking flappy meat on this thing sort of impact with the round. You know,
Okay.
this ripple go through its body as you hit it in the back. You're not shooting.
No. You know what? But I will just spray behind me as I'm running, just to.
Just turn around.
Well, no, the people. In case the people are coming in.
Okay, go ahead. All right, that's fine. Go ahead and you burn through 10 rounds. Go ahead and give me a 2-hit roll.
All right. Maybe I hit someone. Maybe I killed some poor guys that were just
doing their
guard
shitty
duty.
service in the Marine Corps because we still have the draft.
Hot 2.
Yep. All right, I'm going to presume the rounds all go out the front windows and hit cars in the parking lot and shit. And say, if they had alarms, they'd all be going off now. We don't have alarms in the cars in the 1970s. That's I can't remember if they did that in the big gun battle in what was it called? What was the De Niro and Pacino Heat? When they're having the gunfight in Los Angeles. As cool as that gunfight was on DVD or whatever, it was nothing like it was in the theater because they had made it all creepy, echoey. You know, in all those big steel and glass chasms of Los Angeles downtown. It was super freaky when all the guns were going off in that very enclosed space, and just nothing but echoes everywhere as they're banging off. But you managed not to shoot yourself. Shoot anyone else who's important to you. The bullets go all the direction you'd like. It's pretty impressive. That office will never bother you again. I just love the idea of you one-handed over your shoulder. That's pretty cool. All right.
That could have been used to kill the monster. But I didn't trust myself.
Maddy, let's see here. Let's roll this thing. Attack roll.
Actually, do I get to do anything when I run? Or
you were running towards it, and you just got shot.
Okay. I did actually need to ask, do I need to make a sand check because I ended up getting hit by what I saw was invisible bullets?
No. Bullets are a thing. You're adapted to helplessness.
You know what a bullet feels like?
No, it's fine.
Okay, so.
It's your job to take a bullet.
That is true, so.
All right. You need to roll a dodge roll, please.
I have 50 and I made 50?
That works.
Yay!
Good thing because it tries to claw at you and you dodge out of the way of it. Make me a luck roll.
31.
Less than 50.
31.
All right. You dodge out of the way of this thing. You are now no longer standing in line of sight. You're out of line of sight of it. That was just, you didn't specify which way you were dodging. So since you made the luck, you're out of line of sight, which means, again, a round hit you. It's no fun, but you're not feeling uncomfortable. Actually, you know what? Everyone's got bulletproof vests, don't they?
Yes. At least I do.
Yeah, I have one.
Yes, I do.
Hold on just a second. Let me randomly pick a location for you.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you still take the points of damage. It did not land in your chest.
That's okay, so.
You get winged in a... Actually, get winged in the leg. Give me a dex roll, please. Dex times 3.
Oh, no. Oh,
And
no.
you said dex times 3?
Yes.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Are you really, though?
No.
No fucking... God, one of these
For
days.
Caleb.
One of these days, and no, just went over it by 10, so.
Okay, you actually fall to the floor getting shot in the back. You sprawl on your face on the concrete. It hurts. Now, the good news is you're now laying flat, which means if these guys open up with a bunch of machine guns and shit,
you're fine.
you're flat on the ground and she's out of line of fire.
Hey,
What are you guys doing about the critter?
Kind of.
Dropping my 45 and unslinging the M16.
All right.
I mean, you're also dropping a staff sergeant?
No. One-handed. Fucking random.
Well, if you want all the bullets in the ceiling, feel free to put all the bullets in the ceiling.
I'm like, sorry.
I will.
All right, you are holding on to a piece. You'll go ahead and actually, I'll be a dick. Roll Dex times 4 to hold on to a piece of the
filing cabinet.
Yeah.
The establishment.
Scaffolding.
Ooh, 65 exactly.
All right, you manage to hold yourself up when he lets you. Now you're picking up the rifle. Now he's still got his pistol out.
Yep.
You still have your machine gun out. What are you doing about this problem?
Well, they're in the way.
You guys are all running about. Well, I guess they're sort of in front of you, but you can.
I'm on the ground.
You can. I'm presuming that he is. I'm presuming in this 15 to 20 foot wide space, you can step to one side or another to fire around them in this combat round and hose down the critter.
All right.
Both of you guys make combat rolls on it. Firearms.
54.
Oh, I failed by 5. Barely.
How's that?
I just barely fail.
Okay, you send a lot of rounds down range. Things explode. It's awesome.
It's not a
That's
phone
what-
or a roller.
Have I achieved line of sight yet?
You are the problem with line of sight is that too many bullets keep coming out of that fucking. It doesn't make you want to run and jump in front of it. I will tell you what. You've had 2 combat rounds to move not a particularly long distance. I would say that at this point you are now at the end of one of those rows, pressed up against some of the stuff that's in cases and crates and storage there. The next round, you can look around the corner and see what's downrange. Okay, you've gotten that far. You're not gotten to the part where it's sort of he's trading suppressing fire for you.
I'm sure.
What did you roll?
I hit it for 1.
1 point. Okay, when you shot it, turned around and it edgered. You bounced another round into it.
No.
You shot it. Everything around you exploded. Everything around you exploded. Everything around you exploded. But again, you're on the ground. You're on the deck. Let's see now. This round, you're looking around the corner. The critter is going to take a run at who? Let's see here.
It's me you want. No, wait, it's him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh! Alright, so it is in fact charging back towards you 3. It is ignoring the guy who's sprawled on the ground, it is ignoring you who dodged out of the way, and it is moving to attack you.
Well, that makes sense. We just shot the shit out of
Yeah.
it.
You just smashed a couple of rounds into its back, so it's coming towards you. At this point, you're on the ground. What do you do about being on the ground?
All right. Can I see it charging in front
Yeah,
of
it's
me?
going away from you.
How far is it away now?
It's probably about 30 feet away.
I can see it charging towards them. If it's not looking at me, I'm going to try to take an opportunistic shot with the 45 on it. So
Okay.
From the
All
ground.
right. From the ground, as long as you're laying there.
yeah. So I assume I'm like on my back. just so it
You
has-
are still on your feet.
We're going to
You
die.
have dodged this thing. What do you want to do right now? It is moving away from you. Turn its back on you.
I want to start backing up as I unsling my M16.
Got it. You're
But
running.
I want to be starting to head
So many
towards because
bullets.
I am very aware of the lit fuse.
Okay. You can see down
Still
this.
waiting to know what happened with the grenade.
You can see down this aisle. You can see the critter. It's got its back to you. You can see him on his. Give me a luck. Actually, Mads, give me a luck. Give me a luck roll.
36.
You are not in You're not in his line of fire. Okay. You are not in his line of fire because you're on the ground. The 3 of you, give me some luck rolls.
Hooray!
If you make it,
Nope. 59.
nope.
No.
All right, these guys are in your line of fire. Make an awareness check to notice that.
Very much not know.
All right, you do not know that anyone's in your line of fire.
Well, you know it worked before.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
Why not do that again?
I don't see any reason
Very
not
successful.
Oh, that would be a 35 under a lot.
Okay, give me a lethality roll. Less than 10% will be automatically lethal.
Well, unfortunately,
The end of the
11%.
reservoir.
Oh, okay.
to. Well, that's the best thing to roll if you.
Oh, that's the worst possible roll you could have
Right,
made.
that's only
That's
2
a
points.
crit.
2 whole points. Yeah. You did 2 points to it. A lot of bullets come down range. Everyone make a luck roll who's down range from him.
Oh, no.
Nope.
Make it.
Oh, 88.
Oh!
That's a critical fail, right?
I know.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you made?
I made it.
All right, you're not hit.
I regular fail.
Just a regular fail.
Yeah,
All right, you're
exactly.
absolutely hit.
Yes!
So let's roll 1d12 damage.
But is it my lethality 2 points?
What was that?
Was it my lethality 2 points, though?
Well, on the critter.
Okay.
But the bullets that land on everyone else is a different matter.
Oh, yeah. It's
Roll
all
to hit
fair
this
game.
guy. If you fail the roll to hit, he's hit. If you make the roll to hit, he's not hit.
Yes, I hit.
Okay, so you don't hit.
I hit that I don't hit, yes.
Okay, great.
Oh, wow,
You get
that's
hit
confusing.
for 5 points of damage.
Ow.
Ow. That will block.
Oh, where does it hit me?
Oh, that's a good
for
question.
the west.
Oh.
I mean,
Oh, you take it in the leg.
Yeah, we keep
Everybody's shot in the leg.
Never shoot
It's
me
freaking
down.
That's
Skyrim.
every game.
fuck your legs.
As always.
You guys,
Yeah.
go ahead and open fire with your pistols, please.
No, I am slinging my.
Oh, that's right. What are you shooting at full auto or just
Yeah, fuck
What
yeah.
was it you had to roll? I heard to stay
On 6.
That's a hit.
2.
I didn't
Oh,
roll
2?
it.
Yeah.
Those are both hits. Roll me. That's what you should roll for your lethality. But go ahead.
No shit.
Nice.
Oh, I thought you got.
You
got shot.
It was
Let's see
sorry,
here.
that was my roll.
70, so 17 damage.
That's 17 points of damage. That's not terrible. And
Yeah, let's wait.
all right, give me. Did you hit or not?
Huh?
Did you roll to hit with your?
I'm trying to see if I'm still standing or not.
Arthur
I got
hit.
shot in the leg.
Arthur. Oh, I'm sorry. Roll me your damage.
12.
Okay. Let's see here.
He fell flat on his face. I must see about
12 again.
Yep.
It's working.
Yeah.
12, 1, 12.
All right. That's
12, 1,
That's
3.
all right. You guys punch a bunch of holes in this thing. Bullets fly over your head. Bullets fly past your face. Bullets fly down the. I presume you're just sticking a shoulder and a head around. You can see the muzzle flashes coming both directions now. You are now aware that there are people on this side of the monster.
Got it.
And
What do I have to roll?
you do not have to roll versus stun damage unless you only have 10 hit points. You're not stunned. You can fire.
Okay. But I'm able to still stand after I'm shot in the leg and everything?
Yep.
I'm fine? Okay.
You do not crash to the floor on this one.
Okay, and it's still just the monster ahead of me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Full auto?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Why not? This works so well for me.
Go home.
Oh, I failed.
Okay, more bullets fly down range.
Suppressing fire!
Wow. I hadn't considered that until this point. But yeah.
I said it a moment ago.
He is the analyst.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
Yeah. All right. Well, the critter is shot up full of bullets from multiple directions. It's not happy about that, and it does this thing where it just starts flickering out of existence.
Move. Okay, let's just
There's
get
kind
the
of
fuck out.
there's kind of a weird noise as the air fills the space it used to exist in.
My first time seeing that.
Yeah, my first time
Roll.
seeing that.
Everyone roll ahead and say
Success.
0.
That is a fail.
1.
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, we're all just getting
Well, hobble.
Okay.
I'd be running
Hobble
still with
run.
my machine gun.
Yeah. You guys get to the gate. Let's see here.
How much time we got on that time?
Well, she set it for 90 seconds, and each combat round is like 3 to 4, so you've got more than 10. You've got a minute to get out of here. Nobody else in this building except you. Well, you and these strange flickering images that are appearing all around the room around you.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Well, just get out. Yeah, no, just go through the portal.
Stumble, crawl.
Yeah, just
I'm on
dive
board.
it. Yeah.
Actually, no, I make sure he gets in through first.
All right, you drag him through. All right, they go past you, and they're starting to give me. In fact, give me some alertness rolls all the way around.
Okay.
91, I'm unaware.
93, I'm hurt.
You know the building's going to explode. You'd like to leave now.
I'm very focused on it.
I'm aware.
Okay. Nothing is flickering into existence that is in a beeline intercept between you and where the gate should be.
That's good.
Presume you don't just run into the wall and bounce off of it. I will note that there are no other people in this room with cargo dollies with, what do you call them, filing cabinets on them. So if you're worried that the gate doesn't work, maybe they've been whisked away to another dimension by these creatures, or they've gone through the gate. No one was really paying attention when they ran past.
I'm heading towards my no.
Okay, so no. All right, fair enough.
No.
Let's give some. Call out some dexes here. What's your dex originally?
13.
14.
11.
10.
12.
Okay. Then, all right, let's see here. Are you still dragging him along?
Yeah.
All right. That's going to knock you down a little bit to more like a 12. Are you, Brownie, you're going to be are you going to be covering as these guys are running past you, or what?
Backing as best I can towards where I think the portal is while covering.
Okay. You've blown through, what, 3 automatic weapons fires, or 2? All right. I think with the, like I said, I can't remember if that's 5 to 10 rounds.
We can say 10, I'd have one left in me.
You still have 1 round, or you can strip the clip out and put a fresh one in now.
Yes.
All right. That's what you do this round while you're backing up. Everyone can start to see these weird flickers of movement around the interior of the warehouse.
Grenades.
Are you going to prepare a grenade, or are you just going to run? You're just running? Okay, running is good. Running is very good. Let's see here. You're hobbling at that speed. He's slowing down. You're what, a 10?
Yes, 10. So.
And you were at 12?
12.
And Jason, you were 11?
Yeah.
As far as I can tell, because he's the closest, Brian's the closest to the gate, but he's actually providing cover. You're the first one through the gate. You're second. You're third. You 2 guys go fourth. You're the last guys through, except for him. These things are absolutely flipping into existence inside the warehouse. Maybe a dozen of them. What do you do?
Do I still have an open straight line to the portal?
Yes.
Everyone else is gone. Let's go.
Okay, you pop through the portal. Everyone makes sand rolls for going through the portal.
Yeah.
33. I am fine.
Dead on.
25. Made it.
Made it?
Fail.
Okay. Those who made it take a point. It's shitty to go through a portal.
Actually, I'm refusing because I'm hurting right now, and god damn it, Nixon never thanked me for once. I'm voting McGovern!
So what do we take if we fail?
If you fail, I will roll that dice right now. I'll take it.
I'm going to my parents again.
Jason takes 1.
Okay.
Arthur, did you fail?
Yes.
Arthur takes 1.
Okay.
Ross?
All right.
I projected onto that jerk, my friend from high school.
That jerk, my friend.
Did I even roll the damage for you yet, or did you?
Well, I made it, so I thought it was...
Oh, you made it? Just take 1.
Yeah.
If you want to go ahead and you'd automatically be able to put that on your jerk friend from high school. Next time you see Tony, just punch him in the face.
I put it on Nixon.
Put it on Nixon. That's awesome.
I had to do it sometime.
All right.
He's a secret service.
You guys get through the gate, and as the last of you come through, the professor is erasing his side of the gate. He's the last person through, and you come through. He just kicks over the incense and starts, rubbing the wall. And now there is no longer any kind of a door or window into the other side. It is just a blank wall.
Don't feel safe.
Congratulations. You have survived the black bag job. Now, I could make this a lot more complicated, but I have to get to a thing at 8 o'clock, and it's 7:16 now, and I do not want to push this and not get to the thing at the Grand Central Station Hotel, which is like a 20-minute walk from here. So I'm going to have to bring this to a close. There are many ways that this can get more complicated, this scenario. Your adversaries do, in fact, include Majestic 12. But your more important adversary is J. Edgar Hoover, whose dick is not underground yet. J. Edgar is still alive. J. Edgar was at Innsmouth, but way back in the day, at least according to D.D. Cannon, he denied he saw anything at Innsmouth. So he wouldn't look like an idiot. But he's always been interested in Delta Green because, well, how dare there be an intelligence operation that he doesn't have his fingers in? So when you attempt to, the guys who can fuck this up even more is the FBI. You're getting into with these FBI agents who are going to hijack your stolen files. And that can get really nasty. Let's see here. As far as the place blowing up, you failed your demolitions roll, which means it does not explode the way you think or want it to.
No.
It doesn't mean that it just peters out and doesn't work at all. It just means it doesn't go off in the manner to which you were hoping it would.
Yeah.
Which means that maybe it burns a few seconds too long, or in this case, burns out a few seconds early.
Oh no.
I would have rolled a. You guys were not quite close enough to me. I was going to roll like a D8, see how many combat rounds early it goes off. But you were out before. You were out before 8 rounds, so there's no point in making the roll.
Yeah.
So it goes off and it blows up a bunch of dimensional shamblers,
Hey.
and it blows up a warehouse and burns a bunch of evidence, and it's all cool.
What happened with the grenade that went through the...
It went into another dimension. It may have. I was going to possibly have a thing where like
It blamed
a dead dimensional shambler would fall into the warehouse out of the sky.
for it to walk back through a different portal.
Or it would come out a different portal. Yeah. It comes out the gate into where.
That's for us to play with. You know, it's out there.
I really did love the description you gave of how they were phasing into with by the frames per second too. I've not heard of that. I've not heard that particular description before.
The person who drew your gate for you was actually Joseph Camp. That was Alphonse himself.
That asshole
making your gate for you. So yes, you can in this scenario you can run into the FBI. They are, sort of. A Majestic 12 doesn't really have the throw weight to take this from you by force, so they're working with J. Egger to get the files from you. So there's a possibility.
So how many
of shooting
boxes or pilot cabinets do we get? 20?
Well, you guys got 20 out of 24.
Okay.
Now, the scenario is designed, it's part of a campaign. The campaign doesn't have a title yet. It may be called the Gorgon's Empire, but I'm not sure. It all involves the great old one, Glancy, who is this creature from the short story Out of Aeons. And the idea behind this creature is if you see it, you are mummified alive by seeing it until you are a living brain trapped in a mummified body, unable to die, unable to speak, full on, I have no mouth, and I must scream sort of horrible death. But you're also immortal, so it goes on forever. It's awesome. This critter was a god in Mu, and the original priesthood started off doing rituals to keep the Tonto from coming down and destroying civilization. But at some point, the priests got around to, I think I need a lot more blowjobs to do my job. I think I'm going to have all the gold and possibly your daughter. And they became corrupt. It wasn't about protecting civilization. It was about making chargement, because anytime they don't do their jobs, they can wreck the civilization of Mu. And part of this story is about a group of people who've sort of gotten the same idea, that if they gain control of this weapon, which it may or may not be a weapon, it was maybe built by the Migo, it's hard to tell from the mythology, that Glancy becomes this thing, not to wake the old ones up with, but it becomes a thing that is a weapon system that you can control. And the scenario starts off before Innsmouth. The idea is in the campaign is there's a scenario before Innsmouth, before 1928. And you are U.S. Navy officers who encounter a Glancy problem out in the Pacific. Then later, after that, in the 1920s, there's an incident. After Innsmouth, after 1928. So there's like a 1930s incident. And then there's like a 1940s incident, which is during World War II. The 30s incident you guys played last year. Remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
With the killer safe?
Yeah, with a murderous safe that tried to kill
Oh, my
everybody.
God. Damn.
That's connected to this, all right? Eventually, there'll be a 1940s scenario, which will take place during World War II, during the Pacific. There's a 1950s. You just played the sort of 70s scenario. There is an 80s scenario called Analog that involves VHS tapes. Please imagine how a VHS tape could be used with a creature whose power is, if you look at it, you die. Or horribly.
Well, then we're safe, because VHS will distort it enough that it won't.
It's not a perfect image. That's why the bad guys are using beta.
Thank you.
You fell into that, Rob.
It's beautiful.
Eventually, this problem gets up to the point where it can show up here. In the 1920s and 30s, it's on film or photographs. In the 40s, it's on film. By the time you get to the 50s, it could be on television. 60s and 70s, same deal. By the 80s, it can be distributed as a targeted weapon on VHS. By the 2000s, you can kill anyone who's got a phone.
Just disseminating in the cloud. So.
And here's the best part. What if the perfect image of Katana Toa is only showing up on 1 out of 24 frames?
Ooh.
You could be watching a movie in a movie theater, watching Guardians of the Galaxy slowly mummifying, and never realize it's happening to you because your eye will not. You will not pick up the image of Katana Toa on the screen, despite the fact you were exposed to it.
Seeing it, Dick.
So
it would show up in Midsummer. Let's just be honest.
Yeah. So that's the one that they used to mummify units. But so the idea is that this is the evolution of over the course of 1919 to 2019. Over the century, you'll see the evolution of this weapon system.
Yeah,
becoming more and more of a threat. From something that could kill 100, 200 people in a theater to something that can kill millions worldwide. Again, hiding the image inside other images. We know we can do that now with digital movie technology.
And the rough part about the 1 every 24 frames is you could use demographics to pretty accurately target that at certain groups.
That would be interesting to figure out. I don't have any creepy white supremacists involved with this.
Not what I meant, but yeah.
But if you're,
Facebook targeted ad
people who like
video.
Ben Stiller.
What was that?
People who really like Ben Stiller.
Well, as far as hiding it into different demographics, yes, you could hit certain films and deliver it, or online videos, cat videos. No. Who doesn't like cat videos?
I'm dead.
Yeah. But
Dodo weaponized.
Yeah, and part of the, and during the course of this thing, the idea is that each scenario you go through, you get different clues that will be useful in the next scenario. So the guys who do their 1919 mission affect the guys who do the 1932 mission in Boston, and the 32 mission will help in the 1940s World War II mission. Yeah. And if you steal Delta Green's files, then the guys in the 70s mission or the 80s mission get to use the files that were recovered in 1970. Rather than play out a 1970s scenario, you just do this cool historic moment in Delta Green, and then you fast forward the files that will affect the 80s mission. And so since each mission's about a decade apart, you can have a character maybe be in 2. Mm-hmm. Maybe 3, but you're going to have to age them up, and that's going to make a world of difference. But maybe at some point, you're aged 30 years originally, you were the one in 1919. Maybe you're the guy in 1950 who's giving the briefing to the agents who are going to go out in 1950 and deal with the problem.
No, I love that progression on it.
Yeah,
that's
the
really
generational
cool.
approach.
Yeah. So you'll get to see Delta Green before the mythos meets, meets the government before there's Delta Green or Innsmouth. Then you'll see it during the time when it's the Office of Naval Intelligence doing it, post-Innsmouth. You'll see it as Delta Green in World War II, and then when it's official in the 50s and 60s, and then when it's disbanded in the 80s, and when it's reformed into a cell structure in the 90s. And then finally, at the end, you can decide whether you want to solve this problem using the program or using the outlaws. And both versions will have different fuck yous built into them.
I like the idea if you don't ruin the bond with your spouse, you could play your child.
That's damn. Or no, if you do ruin it, why did Dad leave me? I have to figure this out. What did he get into that broke our family?
I like either way that comes out.
So you guys read Dennis's short story about the DG agent going through his dad's personal effects after he dies?
Yeah.
And he finds out that his dad recommended him for the program.
There was something in, I think, one of Tynes' stories that has something to do with that. I want to say that there's something it's not in Rules of Engagement, but I think it's something he wrote after Rules of Engagement that talks about that.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's what this tiny tight little firefight is about. It's just going to be one of the building blocks. And again, the preparation for the heist is a lot of standard investigation sort of stuff. But we just don't have time for that.
Were the dimensional shamblers just showing up as a result of the...
Because you're going through the gate back and forth, you're ringing the dinner bell.
Yeah, okay.
You're just ting, ting, ting. Because you're going through their space, their world.
The fuck are you doing?
That gets their attention and draws them in, and they start coming in.
Did you not see the no trespassing sign?
That's all they're doing. It's not because Majestic 12 used to summon a dimensional shambler to fuck your shit up.
Yeah. Just want to make sure.
No, they're not. They're not that sophisticated. They're just not.
Cool. Well, I had a blast.
But you didn't get to drive before.
No.
We had
I know.
a really nice run.
And I survived with minor leg wounds.
Well, inflicted by another player.
That's true. Yeah.
All right. We'll talk to you all later.
Bye.
Bye.
Adios.